Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 13 of the Do the Damn Dive podcast. I am, of course, the Booker man of Do the Damn Dive, Jet Nick.
And I'm the man of 1,004 nicknames. And tonight, I'm looking at my figure shelf. Let's go with the phenomenal BZ Styles is in the house.
The phenomenal BZ Styles. Now, we are missing a good brother. Kenny Arrow could not make it.
Kenny.
Yes, he is on vacation, but I got his picks hauled up. He sent me them earlier today. We are going to be making predictions for WWE Clash at the Castle on September 3rd. That's coming up very shortly. And All Out. We're also going to get into some news about a potential new signing to WWE, our former wrestler, former Universal Champion. And people leaving and unhappy with AEW. It just doesn't stop. So we got all that coming up on this week's episode here. So, Friday night SmackDown just ended, so we're going to be... I took down notes as quick as I could. Let's just get right into it. WWE Clash at the Castle 2022. Clash will be taking place in Cardiff, Wales at the Principality Stadium. And we're going to start off with the 6-woman tag match. Raw Women's Champion Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, and Asuka are teaming up against Bayley, Dakota Kai, and Io Sky. On this week's Raw, Belair, Bliss, and Asuka had a 6-woman tag against 3 local competitors. Dakota and Io lost in the Raw main event to Raquel Rodriguez and Aaliyah, failing to capture the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships in the tournament finals. That was very shocking to me.
Oh, yeah, me too. I figured this tournament was built around to get Io and Dakota the titles, but...
Yeah, very
I guess not.
Questionable. Yeah, I don't know.
I was predicting they'd win, and then we'd have the babyface return of Sasha and Naomi, but
yeah,
maybe something didn't get worked out. We don't know.
That's very true. So I'm gonna go with just because this is the first time the 3 of them have teamed up in the ring. They need this win. Bayley, Dakota and Io, they're all back. I think they need this big win, and this could be motivation for Bayley to, I guess, probably get a Raw Women's title shot at the next pay-per-view, whatever that is. So I'm going to go with Damage Control. I think that's their faction name. Bayley, Io, and Dakota. Name. Yes, the unofficial official.
I'm also going to go with Bayley, Io, and Dakota. I think it will give Bayley a actual reason to have a Raw Women's Championship match because she hasn't won anything yet. And
sure.
However, I think probably Alexa Bliss probably take the pin.
Yeah.
She seems like the one in the team to take the pin.
Yeah,
because
definitely.
Asuka's always been a little protected, and Bianca's the champion. So I think Alexa takes the pin. It makes everyone good, I guess. Bayley, Io, and Dakota. I almost said Io the Sky. I don't even know.
Io Sky.
I almost botched it like Bayley did the other week, eh?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So, like I said, with Kenny's prediction, he is going to go for Bayley, Dakota Kai, and Io Sky as well. So we're all tied on that prediction. Next up, WWE Intercontinental Championship match. Gunther, I'm assuming he's going to be with Ludwig Kaiser at ringside there, with versus Sheamus, and he'll probably have the Brawling Brutes in his corner. Rich Holland and Butch, of course. On last night's SmackDown, Butch he had his original ring gear, so hopefully that's a sign that maybe the Bruiserweight will start coming back into the fold, that gimmick. He defeated Ludwig Kaiser in a singles match. Afterward, the IC champ Gunther and Sheamus had a stare down to close that segment out. I'm going to go Gunther here because I think especially now that Triple H is, at the helm, I think he'll want to keep Gunther looking strong. Now, I'm not ruling out that they could have another match in which Sheamus wins because Sheamus is going to be the IC champ at some point.
Oh, yeah.
I just don't think it's at this show. And I don't know, if I could fantasy book a little bit, I think maybe Butch, he could, pull a little fast one. And because he's just crazy, so he could really do anything. And maybe Gunther, we can have a string of segments on SmackDown where Gunther's trying to calm Butch down and bring him back to the Bruiserweight kind of gimmick. And, with harsh training, the chop fest and all that. And we could maybe see Butch and Imperium. I think that would be cool because they are missing that third guy since Fabian Eichner's now Giovanni Vinci on NXT. But, yeah, that's my thoughts.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna go with Gunther as well. I was thinking in my head before you said it. It was kind of like you read my mind there. It was some kind of
Oh.
sketch there, Uh, I was thinking, yeah, Sheamus will win it eventually, but I don't think he'll be the one to beat Gunther.
Yeah.
If he does win the Intercontinental Championship, I feel like it'll be maybe like a multi-man match where
Yep.
Gunther doesn't take the pin.
Something to make them look strong. They could do a triple threat.
They do like a triple threat with like Madcap Moss or something like
Yeah.
later this fall or at some point or at pay-per-view. Yeah. I'll go Gunther this time, but I really want to see your idea with Butch and Gunther backstage and all that take place because they do have history.
That's right.
Walter at the time beat Pete Dunne for the UK Championship. So.
Rest in peace, NXT UK.
Oh yeah.
But
shame,
hey,
well,
NXT Europe's coming.
I don't know if it's really a shame or not because who watched it?
That's true. You'd be hard pressed to find people, especially where we are, that watched it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So for Kenny's prediction, he is also going to go the Ring NRL Gunther. So very much looking forward to that match. That could be the match of the night. Speaking of match of the night, though, here's another contender: Seth freaking Rollins versus Matt Riddle. He got his name back on Raw this week. Very happy to see that. So the two had a very heated exchange on this week's Raw. WWE showed us so the interview initially wrapped up. Corey was hosting this interview between Rollins and Matt Riddle. It was a back and forth, and when it eventually went off to commercial break, but they panned back to what happened. So right before they got to commercial, Riddle was mocking Seth by calling Becky Lynch the man in their marriage, and Seth responded with, and I quote, "You want to talk about my family? Let's talk about your family. Oh wait, you don't got one because your wife divorced you and took your kids, and they don't want to see your bitch ass anymore," end quote. Riddle then wanted to know where Seth was, then said, "I'm gonna beat you up, I'm gonna fuck you up," but that obviously got blurred out.
Yeah.
And both left the room. Riddle left seething, so that added a whole other level to this feud. And I was always interested in this feud, but that go home Raw, it really, I think, probably sold a lot of people just getting hype. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if this is
I was sitting on the couch, phone in my face, like what happens sometimes. I believe this took place right after a commercial break, did it not?
Yeah.
So I was still like on there, and I hear Matt Riddle's voice pick up. "What'd you say?" And I looked up, and I'm like, and Seth Rollins is just going up and calling him a bitch ass and stuff. I'm like, wow, this is good shit. So
you don't see that every day.
I think I whipped out my Snapchat there and I recorded my screen, sent it to you and my brother. I'm like, what is going on? This is awesome. So I'm very much looking forward to this match. And I do not think this will be the only encounter between them. And I will save that when it's my turn to pick my winner.
Yeah, so I'm going to go Seth Rollins.
Yep.
And they'll probably do a 50-50 booking thing. But this match, what I like about this match also, aside from the promo, is that both of these guys, need a win. Especially Seth, because he hasn't had a whole lot of wins on pay-per-views, it seems like.
Oh, has he won one this year?
Oh, God. Maybe before Cody came back.
Well, no, we lost to Roman at Rumble.
Right.
He lost in the Chamber match.
Oh, my God. He's gone winless.
He lost to Cody 3 times.
3 times.
He lost the Money in the Bank ladder match. And SummerSlam, he wasn't on the card.
Yeah, that was interesting.
So, yeah, last time Seth Rollins won was probably Team Raw winning the Survivor Series last year, maybe?
Maybe. And it's interesting you brought up SummerSlam because this match was supposed to take place at this year's SummerSlam, but it got bumped off the card. I'm happy now about that decision. I think this is perfect for this kind of card here. But I'm going to go Seth, and I think what's going to happen is Matt Riddle is just going to get so frustrated. Either they could do the lazy way, which it's like a roll-up. Seth ekes one out, and this sends Riddle over the edge. But I think Riddle will either attack him with some kind of weapon, or he'll ignore the referee's, discretion, and he'll just start, beating the shit out of Rollins and end up getting DQ'd. So I think Rollins will win, but it will be a very heel win.
I also agree Seth Rollins will win. Um, whether it's by DQ, like you said, or cheating or pinfall,
Yeah,
whatever. However, uh, next month in October is the Extreme Rules pay per view.
that's what's up
So
next. Okay.
that's when Riddle will get his win because they'll either be in a cage, maybe the fight pit. Maybe they'll bring the
Oh,
fight pat from NXT. That'd be kind of cool.
please. That. Oh my God. That'd be. I didn't
Anyway,
think of that.
that's when Riddle will get his decisive win over Seth Rollins at the Extreme Rules pay per view in October. But for Clash at the Castle, I'm going with Seth freaking Rollins.
Yes, sir. And Kenny also went Seth, and so I guess we're all tied there too.
God damn.
And it seems like a predictable card on paper, but I mean, now that we're in the kind of new era, I mean, things could play out however way.
Oh yeah, we could be wrong in every one.
Oh yeah, but
I'd be surprised. I'd be surprised and confused.
Yeah. But next up, tag team match: Edge and Rey Mysterio. Presumably, Dominic will be in their corner versus the Judgment Day's Finn Balor and Damian Priest with Rhea Ripley in their corner, presumably. In the Raw opener, after beating AJ Styles, this week's Raw, after the Judgment Day beat Styles and Ziggler in a tag match, the Judgment Day called out Edge. Edge came out and said he did not come alone. The Mysterios jumped Finn and Priest from behind, hitting them with multiple kendo stick shots. Edge and Rey then took the two men out. Then it was only Dominic and Rhea left in the ring. After a long hesitation from Dominic, and this was a very long hesitation, he handed Rhea Ripley the kendo stick. Edge and Rey then returned to the ring, and they sent Judgment Day in retreat. So, yeah, Dominic didn't end up, swinging at least at Rhea. He just handed it to her. And, Edge and Rey came back so quick that we wouldn't have known if Rhea was going to hit him or not. But that was a interesting development, and that is probably going to play a big factor into this match. The way I see it, I think, it's Edge and Mysterio. So if they lose, it doesn't, it's not the end of the world. Plus, Edge did beat Damian Priest in the Toronto Raw, which was, I believe, last week or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, it'll be 2 weeks on Monday.
Okay, so he already got the win there in his hometown. I think the Judgment Day, and they've been being booked, great so far. I've loved the Judgment Day on TV. And
me too.
They were going nowhere with Vince, but with Triple H, he really does. And he's like, he likes all three of those people. He made Finn the champ, and Priest had a decent run in NXT. Rhea, obviously, she was also
they were all champions in NXT. Priest had the North American, did he not?
Yes, he did, and it's cool to see a faction that's actually dominant, and I think nothing is going to change for this match. I'm going to go the Judgment Day. They're going to beat Edge and Rey, and I am going to predict a heel turn from Dominic because it's been brewing for so long. We saw some tension between Dominic and Edge a few weeks back. So besides that handshake they had this week, I think Dominic will turn on his father.
Yeah, we're on the same page here tonight. I'm also going with the Judgment Day. However, I don't think he's gonna screw Rey. I think he's gonna screw Edge. Dominic will do something that'll cause Edge to lose,
and probably unintentionally.
Oh well, who knows, right?
Yeah,
it's possible, but I think the Judgment Day will win. I think they need a win because they haven't got that big win yet. So
definitely, yeah.
Especially since they kicked Edge out. They've just been kind of like, why'd you do that?
Yeah, didn't make much sense.
Yeah, I see the Judgment Day winning. Dominic will screw him, either intentionally or not intentionally. But if he does do it on purpose, it will be against Edge. So we'll probably have Dominic versus Edge on a Raw.
Yeah.
Or I don't know if Edge is going to take on a bigger schedule now that he's announced he'll be done in a year.
Yeah, that's true.
So maybe he'll be at Extreme Rules. So maybe Extreme Rules will get Edge versus Balor again, and that's when maybe they'll do the Dominic heel turn. And tomorrow, maybe it'll be an accidental thing.
Yes.
So there's all kinds of things going on. I got this Extreme Rules next month in my head now, so I'm like...
There's nothing wrong with that, man. Sometimes you got to think ahead to...
Oh, yeah. And you
But
know what? Triple H does that sort of thing. If this was the Vince era,
it'd be
what
day
the
to
hell's
day.
Extreme Rules? They last year's Extreme Rules had one stipulation match, and it was that freaking main event where Balor started humping the floor. So
I see. Oh my god, I hate that. Like, I get it, you know, if you name the match type or the pay per view the match type, I guess I could draw people in. Like Hell in a Cell, I think that could probably
but
draw a lot of
man,
people in. But
didn't the old way, like when it was like one night stand Extreme Rules,
yeah,
wasn't every match a different kind of stipulation?
yeah, I think so.
That's how I like it.
Same here. I honestly, I'd
Cause
love for the Extreme Rules paper to be rebranded as Judgment Day. If Judgment Day get this win and they just go on this tear,
yeah.
and I mean, hell, I mean, would it be a little confusing? Yes, but it's such a good name for a fucking first F bomb of the night for a pay per view.
You already did it when you was quoting Riddle. It's all right.
Right, that's right. Okay, on my part, that was me quoting, but that's I get really amped up into
buddy.
this. Oh my, yeah, this is gonna be a fun episode here.
Yeah, we ain't getting a sponsor anytime soon if you keep it up there, bro.
Yeah, that's right. But I don't know if I said this, but Kenny is also going for Judgment Day, so this will be a match to watch. Yes, he is.
Oh, that's kind of surprising. I figured Kenny would have been all over that Rey Mysterio edge.
Yeah, that's true.
That seems like a Kenny pick.
Yeah, they could win. I mean, it's not like win. Yeah, who knows? But I'm looking forward to the match regardless. Next up on the card, WWE SmackDown Women's Championship match. Liv Morgan is defending against Shayna Baszler. Liv Morgan had a controversial title defense at SummerSlam against Ronda Rousey after tapping to Ronda's armbar out of the referee's vision, and then she rolled up Ronda for the win. So it was a very cheap win, especially for a babyface. After Ronda beat up the referee at SummerSlam, she got fined and suspended on screen by WWE official Adam Pearce. On SmackDown last night, Pearce lifted Ronda's suspension since Ronda paid all her fines. Pearce said that he would have fired her if he could, and then he called her the single, and I quote, single biggest bitch he's ever met. Ronda then put Pearce in the armbar to close out that segment, so that was interesting. I don't think... Odd that Ronda isn't on the show. Maybe she'll play a role, but I'm still going to go for Liv Morgan, you know, however way she wins, which it may be another cheat win. But yeah, I don't think Shayna's going to get the title right yet. But now that Triple H is in charge, she will at some point. I just don't think it's now.
Yeah, I'm also agreeing again. Liv Morgan, I think they're going to do. I think I seen a spot on his Twitter, Instagram, something. It was Matt Riddle was training Liv Morgan, and she was training her to escape is it the coquina clutch she does? Kinda? The Karafuda clutch.
Karafuda.
Yeah. It's you've seen it happen with like Samojo before with his move, where they just roll them up for the pin while they're being choked at the same time. So I think that is a possibility, and maybe we'll get the tap out pinfall again. I wouldn't like that because they were already kind of pissed when Liv was getting booed after SummerSlam, so I think they should just give Liv the win off a roll-up sort of thing. That way they don't, like, kill this momentum they've built for Shayna after giving her none for, almost 2 years. So we'll go Liv Morgan with the whole... You can picture it in your head, the whole escape the submission by rolling them up thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe Ronda... I don't know if Ronda's there or not. Maybe she'll get involved after. Who knows? Yeah,
so they're doing I don't know how the crowd is recepting to Ronda. I'm still not a fan of her promos, you know, overall, but she's got this kind of she's actually being a badass with her actions, you know, beating up Adam Pearce and stuff. So that I could see that turning a few people to like Ronda, but with Liv here, it's hard because it wasn't like before she won the title that, you know, she was a world beater or, you know, like could overcome like she's that underdog who relies on roll-ups, which can work sometimes, but when you got actual competition like Ronda and Shayna in the division, it's hard to picture Liv. Like if someone wasn't a fan and they looked at this on paper and they saw the match card, they'd probably be like, yep, Shayna's gonna kill her.
Yeah.
At Clash. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be hard. I think it's going to be hard for Triple H to book Liv as champ for the foreseeable future because she's established. But I think it's going to be hard for people to buy into her as champ. And listen, people wanted it, and I'll admit I wanted it too. But yeah, there's just with the men and women that's on in the company right now, it's everyone's gonna find the new favorite, and especially since Dakota Kai and Io Sky came back, and now Bailey's in the mix. It's very there's just a lot of women to root for now. So some are gonna get less popular over time.
Yeah, and it's always that like typical underdog champion story that not everyone's gonna agree with, but I see this live run going better with the younger audience, if that makes any sense.
Yeah,
Where
yeah, yeah.
the younger audience will want to cheer for the underdog, while like the hardcore marks would be like, okay, this ain't believable. But you can't cater to everybody. That's just not how the business works.
That's very true. Very true.
I'm a fan of Liv Morgan myself. I think she's very good. And I'm looking forward to her title run lasting a little longer. Maybe after the Shayna feud, she can pick up like wins over like Shotzi. Who else is on SmackDown right now? I can't
Xia
think.
Li, I guess.
Xia Li.
That's not really a credible win.
Natalia,
but,
like Natalia. She could have a title defense against Natalia and win clean. Say yeah, and let's bring up Extreme Rules again next month. She'll have a weapons advantage that she can beat the shit out of somebody with.
That's very true.
I'm really advertising Extreme Rules unintentionally. I'm sorry. This is about Clash at the Champions or Clash at the Castle. My bad.
No, there's nothing wrong with that though. Like I said, you got to look for kind of further ahead to maybe get a gauge of what's going to happen now. And Kenny also is going to go Morgan over Baszler, so we are all tied on that prediction. Now here is going to be maybe the decisive one. Undisputed WWE Universal Championship match. Roman Reigns is defending against Drew McIntyre. On the August 26th edition of SmackDown, the Bloodline, including Sami Zayn, beat Drew down and stood tall over him to close out that show. And a little tidbit, a little side note here. Drew has been teasing for weeks that on his Twitter account that his old theme, Broken Dreams, could be making a comeback at the show.
Please. I've been waiting years for this, man. Ever since he was in that. It's been 10 years.
Oh, my God.
It's been 10 years since 3MB formed. And we haven't heard that song in 10 years, man. So we need this one, and we need Sheamus' song back, and then we'll have some money.
That's right. Getting those SVR 2011 vibes. Let us know if you catch on to that in the comments.
Man, nostalgia. And we just need to bring Evan Bourne back. I think his music played all the time in the menus as well.
Hey, well, he ain't doing much in AEW, so who knows. But anyways, to continue on with the rundown here. In the show closing segment of last night's SmackDown, the Usos and Sami Zayn hosted a 2-year championship celebration for their tribal chief, Roman Reigns. As Roman was just arriving to the arena, Drew McIntyre attacked him and hit Roman with a Claymore kick. Drew would then head down to the ring and took the Usos and Sami Zayn out as the show ended. So that was kind of clever in a way, because now that may throw a wrench. You would think going into the pay-per-view that Roman would, look strong.
Yeah.
And that would maybe give, which is a lot of the times the case. Like if you see the top heel champ, beat someone down, other than Roman and Brock Lesnar, usually they're, the babyface will win the title, whatever title that may be. But yeah, that was definitely a wrench thrown in. And this is very hard for me because if I was basing it off of what I wanted, I would love for Drew to win. Obviously, if Cody wasn't hurt, I still think Cody should be the one to dethrone Roman Reigns in the end. But since that's got to be booking for next year, early next year, and I mean we're still in September. This is going to be the tough one. Do you got any thoughts on this, Zach? I still got to think about this one.
You want me to make my pick first?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
All right. So, who has been missing from the Bloodline since SummerSlam?
That's very interesting. He seems
the wise guy, Paul
the
Heyman,
wise man.
Right?
Yes, sir.
Who has helped Roman Reigns defeat all of his challengers? The
Usually,
Usos and Paul Heyman.
that's right.
Paul Heyman's not going to be there tomorrow. The Usos will be, but who is going to be there is Sami Zayn. And I think that we are going to see the end of Roman Reigns' 2-year championship reign. And it's going to be all Sami Zayn's fault.
Oh my God.
Drew McIntyre, it's not going to be Sami Zayn's fault. I think it's going to be like a simple screw up. Like,
Yeah.
You remember the match? It was Jericho and whoever, Moxley, and Sami went to throw the belt, or the baseball bat went flying.
Right.
I think Sami Zayn's going to try to throw the championship in, and he's either going to screw it up somehow or something. Sami Zayn's going to do something that will screw everything up. We're going to get a Claymore. We're going to get a new champion in Cardiff with Broken Dreams playing, Drew McIntyre, the new Undisputed champion. And on SmackDown, we are going to see the Bloodline kick the shit out of Sami Zayn. And Solo Sikoa is going to debut on SmackDown next week and help and take his spot. But Drew McIntyre will be the new champion tomorrow come this time. Mark my words, and it's going to go exactly how I described it. It's going to be Sami Zayn's fault for not being able to help Roman Reigns. And Drew McIntyre is going to be champion, and this will finally allow the titles to be split, because Drew McIntyre will be that guy that will be like, I want to defend both of them. Which will, well, that's booking for another time, but it gives Raw a title and SmackDown a title, and I can see we have that Mr. Money in the Bank Austin Theory. I can see him cashing in better on Drew than Roman, even though I see Drew going over Roman, if that makes any sense to you at all.
No, I definitely, I got...
Because, yeah. Not, like, a clean cash in, obviously, but, yeah. Sami Zayn is going to die next Friday on SmackDown, or even Monday on Raw, due to the Bloodline ruining his life. Maybe get saved by Kevin Owens. It's gonna
because the Bloodline bleed between both shows, so it could happen anywhere. And I guess nothing's really stopping Owens from appearing on SmackDown.
And to hell with it, I'll book it. I'll predict it now. Kevin and Sami will win the tag titles off the Usos, ending their reign as well.
Oh my God,
that little shit, Sami Zayn, who's been a thorn in the Bloodline side for all year, will be the reason they crumble, and it's gonna be amazing. Because Sami Zayn deserves a prominent spot on the card after years of hard work, in my opinion.
Oh, definitely. 100%.
So, Drew McIntyre, new Undisputed Champion. Final prediction. Justin, what do you think?
I love that. You talked about that with me on the phone earlier, and I forgot about it, but now that you bring it up, it's all coming back. I really do like that booking, and I hope that's what happens. And what I would have loved for them to do on like SmackDown this week, or last night, technically, or a few hours ago, whatever, at the time of this recording. Now, Drew obviously beat down everybody. He beat up everyone to close the show. If he would have laid in the shots on Usos more and just actually took them out so they couldn't be at Clash, because they don't got a tag title match, so I mean, they don't really need to be at the show. So, what I would have loved for them to do is just for Drew to just beat the Usos specifically to a bloody pulp. He goes to, beat up Sami Zayn, but Sami squirrels away. So, then it's, like you said, it's all up to Sami to help Roman. Paul's gone. The Usos, they're out of commission due to Drew. And they could still do that. I'm not saying it's out of the question. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure there's reports of who's flown in. But, I mean, hey, if... I wouldn't use the Usos on the show. I'd say they're hurt, and Sami was the only one to get out relatively unscathed. And yeah, he ends up botching it, whatever happens, and Drew ends up winning. I'm also going to go Drew McIntyre, probably out of personal bias, but also I really want that idea to, hopefully we're willing it into the universe. But,
hopefully someone hears us and be like, let's change the finish. Come on.
That's right.
Let's do it.
Yes, but no,
And adding to that, I can see it now, like the 6-man tag matches: Drew, Kevin, and
Oh
Sammy
yeah,
versus Usos and Solo Sikoa. Roman Reigns takes his time off, whatever. Perfect.
perfect
Perfect.
booking. But yeah, I love all those ideas. I think that should be the avenue they go down, and I am gonna go Drew along with Zach. Kenny he's flipping the script on us here. He's gonna go Roman Reigns, and that's not a bad pick, I don't think,
No,
because
you can never go wrong with picking Roman
no,
Reigns.
no,
You
there's
never.
merit to both of those picks,
There's been
and
quite a few times where I've picked against Roman Reigns and been wrong.
mm, uh,
Especially, I'll admit it now. I predicted Cesaro last year, so
yeah.
and we see what happened there.
But yeah, I think that either way this goes down, I think that I see now to close out the predictions video. If we're talking about the future, so after Extreme Rules, I don't see the titles being split up when we get to Survivor Series. However, what I see them doing is that what could happen, say Roman or whoever's the champ, they're gonna have the both. They're gonna have both titles. They could start. Then they could start doing the brand thing. Have the on-screen officials or whoever. Because Adam Pearce, he's either got to be on Raw or SmackDown. Have him on one of the shows,
Yep.
and then have someone else, in on the SmackDown side or whoever. But then they could do like, okay, Drew, the networks or whoever the powers that be want the titles. Where the brand split's happening. No more wild card or people popping up on both shows. They're going to want the title split. So, say Karrion Kross, you're going to defend the WWE title against him or whatever, and then that would make the show very predictable because if
Yeah.
the title's going to be split. But I mean, I don't see what else they could really do that would make a whole lot of sense, But
Well,
yeah, it's hard. It's hard to say.
I know last night I had this chat while I was on my throne. I predicted what I would like to happen. Drew McIntyre has the belts. Theory cashes in during a WWE
Right.
title match, Seth Rollins style. Do the heist of the century for Theory. Maybe it'll be Drew McIntyre versus Seth Rollins for the WWE Championship. Theory does that. Theory continues his feud with Johnny Gargano. Johnny Gargano wins the belt off Theory. I know we have some short reigns. Eventually, Seth Rollins wins the WWE title and goes into WrestleMania against. I think it's obvious at this point who's going to return and win the Royal Rumble, right?
Yeah.
Uh,
Unless
Mr.
something really bad happens.
Mr. Nightmare himself. Then
Yes,
we'll
sir,
have
Cody
that for
Rhodes.
WrestleMania. Rock and Roman will go on without the title. Life is good. It's Triple H's era.
That's right.
That's it for me for now.
Yeah. No, perfect booking. I like it, and
If
we
you
want to
can't
hear
tell,
from you
folks,
guys.
I'm a fantasy booker.
There's nothing wrong with
I
that.
I suppose playing universe mode for over 10 years, it happens. Playing with action figures as a kid up until what? Let me see here. 5 minutes ago. No, 2016, I think it was. 2017. Who cares? Action figures, you fancy book that shit.
The
Universe
whole
mode.
Zack Ryder fig fed.
Oh, yeah. Universe mode. I think there's a mode before that. What was it called there? Pay-per-view mode.
Yeah, paper. Oh
Remember
my
that?
god.
You remember
Yes.
pay-per-view mode? That shit was fun, too.
Yeah,
Fantasy
it's
booking my whole life. So
for sure. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like overall, this show should be pretty damn good. I don't
I'm looking
know.
forward to it.
Yeah,
The outcomes we've predicted them the same, so maybe they are predictable. But the quality is going to be excellent, I think.
definitely. And
That Riddle
before
Rollins
we
match, especially.
so before we wrap up the predictions for Clash of the Castle, let's do another thing. Let's kind of say what we think is going to be the match of the night. As much as I want to say Gunther and Sheamus, well, you know what? See, it's because I don't really see anything being blown off on this show. Not really. Like nothing's gonna end. Like no feuds are really gonna
No.
end yet. So I think as of right now, we're gonna get some kind of weird finish, I think, with Matt and Seth's match. So my match of the night, it's gonna go to Gunther and Sheamus. Zach, what say you?
Well, yeah, like I said, Drew and Roman will be good. It won't be match of the night because it's just not the workhorse thing. During
Yeah.
like yeah, they can do it. They can do it. I may be wrong. We may be.
Especially if Drew's gonna win, this definitely should get as much time as they need to,
Yeah.
get all the pieces and the story bits out.
Don't go
But
too long though.
no,
Don't go
no,
too long.
that's right.
Rollins and Riddle.
Which they might too, because if you think about it, I mean, it is a 6-match card, so they're gonna try. I mean, Triple H loves his long matches, so and there's nothing wrong with that. Just sometimes we saw it with NXT Black and Gold.
Yeah,
and
Takeovers had 4 matches in 2 hours long, 2.5 hours.
We won't be getting any 10-minute matches on the pay-per-view. I can't see it. Each match will have its length, probably 15 minutes and up, I would have to say.
Yeah, Gunther and Sheamus is going to be very hard hitting. But I'm gonna go Riddle Rollins is match of the night. Like
For sure.
we'll say like the Meltzer rating match of the night.
Yeah.
But my personal favorite match, I think, will be Roman and Drew if we get the Broken Dreams and
Man.
and the whole McIntyre winning. If that doesn't happen, match of the night will probably be Gunther and Sheamus. But I'm most looking forward to the main event.
Same here, definitely. And we'll try to get a review pumped out. It just the school season starting, and the work season as well. So
the work grind never stops, baby.
That's right. We will try our best, guys. But before we wrap up the predictions, we want to know your thoughts. Don't be shy. If you got an opinion, within reason. Yeah, don't get too. Let's not get too volatile in the comments. But
don't shit on me for my booking skills, folks. They're all. I get really sensitive about that stuff. I might call you a bad name in the comments. I might call you like a poopy head. Don't mess with Broken Zach. He's a crazy man from parts unknown.
He'll be sending you those John Cena 2010 insults, but on Monday Night Raw. But
I'll pull out a 2014 Roman promo on you.
Oh god,
full of suffering succotash, son.
But yeah, anyways, keep it civil, and we do want to know you guys' thoughts. What match are you most looking forward to, and what outcomes do you see happening after this pay-per-view? Let us know in the comments, and also share this video, because this is going to go on a separate video on YouTube. So make sure to like, share, and get your friends involved, see what they think. All right, so that wraps up Clash at the Castle. Next up, we got some WWE breaking news a few days ago. Per PW Insider, Braun Strowman is officially back in WWE, and he is expected to be at the September 5th edition of Monday Night Raw, but is not known if he will appear on the show at this time. Strowman was released alongside several others on June 2nd, 2021. He appeared at ROH Final Battles 2021 pay-per-view with EC3, and he was a main fixture on EC3's Control Your Narrative wrestling promotion. I think near the end, I think what really did him in was his contract, and I think that's what was reported too, that his contract, amount was very high, and that feud with Shane McMahon probably did the guy no favors, and it wasn't all his fault. But Braun is a relatively one-note kind of guy. He's just break shit and leave, and
that's okay.
It worked in 2017. Yeah,
it did work.
But
he's got a hell of a lot more interest than Omos. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. That doesn't look good for Omos. We'll probably see if Braun does come back. We'll probably see him. If we see MVP,
that's guaranteed. If you see MVP and Omos on Raw, prepare for the train sound effect.
Oh god, yeah.
Man, that shit's good on the 2K soundtrack. I'm like, what is this train going on? I might, but no, Braun Strowman, fine. I mean, I wasn't clamoring for his return, but there's a lot like one of my brothers, for example, was pretty hyped about it.
Yeah, he's got an odd, like he's got a fan
He's
base, and
like he's not a bad guy. He's like a good guy. Like I've seen him like having fun and shit. He was
yeah,
with the wrong crowd and that's controlling narrative because they're a bunch of weirdos.
yeah,
But
yeah,
I
not.
think uh but Braun's he's is he safe? He's a relatively safe worker, ain't he?
Yeah, I didn't. Besides, if you remember that match he had with Brock at one of the pay-per-views
And that's
a few years
Brock
ago.
though. That's Brock.
I think he hit him with like a stiff shot, and Brock kneed him in the face. That
Yeah,
made
but
the rounds on Twitter.
that's Brock for you.
Yeah,
You don't mess with Brock.
but I think
Uh
Strowman seemed to be well liked. Like when he left, you didn't really hear anyone come out and say like, "Oh, like that guy." And he traveled with Roman Reigns, and that kind of like torn like when they went to different places. I'm sure I think they were torn together, which also got him heat because he posted a picture of him and Roman hanging out together when they was in a blood feud. But
yeah, but that was that during when he threw the chair at his head?
I think that was during
Oh,
that time.
what a glorious moment.
That was a
on
great feud
Oh yeah, they had good matches too. They
for
did have good
sure.
matches. So yeah, Braun can put on a good match with the right opponent.
And if he's friends with the Tribal Chief, that will definitely help out his
But
standings in the picture.
as far as my opinion on Braun coming back, just as long as he ain't like winning like with a world championship and stuff for like a long
Yeah.
time, maybe he can challenge for it or whatever. Sure, but as long as I see him tipping over ambulances and fire trucks and the ring and
Yeah.
everything, then I'll be watched. I like Braun Strowman in that capacity. And I like when he tag teamed with that little kid at WrestleMania. That was a good moment.
Hmm.
He's had some good moments. I didn't care for his final run there when he started wearing the Hardy Boys shirt.
Yeah, and the feud with the Fiend and Bray Wyatt didn't
I
really
think
go too well.
I think Braun Strowman works way better as a babyface than a heel. Because when he's a heel, he loses all of his like
Yeah.
tipping shit over. He's just, I'm gonna kick your ass.
And he doesn't have to be a cookie cutter, good guy, but just, he could just have him
He was
like mess shit up,
he was a
basically.
Dudley boy that time. Remember? He can be funny. He can be like
Oh, yeah,
he was
right.
dressed as a Dudley. Yeah,
Just don't have him dancing with the New Day. That was
that
too
was
much. That was
no,
too
that
much.
was excellent. That was amazing.
I think that killed him. No, no, I don't know.
No,
I think there's
I think what
spots.
killed him was that swamp fight.
Oh yeah, that didn't get. Meltzer did not like that. No, no
Neither
one did. But
neither did Zach.
yeah, yeah. But yeah,
But
you know what? And I'm indifferent to it. And I think if I mean, this is Triple H, so not to like pray to the gods. Triple H is our savior or nothing. But I think
But
he
he is.
knows Strowman's strong suits, and let's hope that when he does return, ends up being compelling television. Now, closing that out, we got some AEW news. Someone is done with the company. Bobby Fish done with All Elite Wrestling, and we got a few injury updates on his partners Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole. Bobby Fish was a part of the Undisputed Elite alongside his tag partner Kyle O'Reilly and friend Adam Cole. Per Fightful Select, Fish's AEW contract was not renewed at this time. It's unclear if it was an AEW decision or a Bobby Fish decision. And Fish had been very outspoken these past few weeks about not being booked in matches after Kyle and Adam got injured. He reported to Fightful about a past disagreement he had with FTR. He also made jabs at CM Punk when he called out Hangman and all that stuff on Fish's podcast. But yeah, so the last time we saw Fish on a main AEW TV show was early this past August when him, Kyle, and Adam turned on the Young Bucks. PW Insider reported that Bobby Fish's deal expired on August 31st, which would make him a free agent at the time of this recording. PW Insider, that's getting into the next thing. But so, what do you think of that bit of news?
Disappointed because I was looking forward to the Elite and Undisputed Elite feud.
Yeah.
However, I don't blame Bobby in a way. He's not getting booked or whatever. Because he's not the youngest guy around. I know there's like a bunch of memes on there saying that Bobby Fish is old and all that shit, but like he probably wants to wrestle while he can.
Yeah. That seemed to be the issue. I
read. I'm sorry, I don't know the sources or whatever. I know I'm probably supposed to take into account that, but I've seen that it's Bobby Fish isn't ruling out a return to the company. He's
Okay.
just not right now. They haven't come to an
Yeah.
agreement on any new deal right now. It might have been PW Insider or something, but I imagine it's on all of them by now. But yeah, Fish couldn't come to an agreement.
It happens, and
It like maybe he'll go work Impact or something for a while,
yeah.
but
There's
uh,
MLW. I think he was going to be in MLW before he got picked up by AEW. So
yeah, I like Bobby Fish.
yeah, I mean he is a
People
great
don't
wrestler.
people don't give him much credit for his singles runs, but
No.
I know before Adam and Kyle came to the company, he had a match with CM Punk on Dynamite that I was quite a big fan of, and
Yeah, and he had Sammy Guevara as well, I think.
yeah, and he had a match where he's who was it against? He turned heel in it though. Was it?
Ooh, yeah, I don't know. I know what you're talking about. I
Oh,
just
he turned heel and
maybe
he was doing
maybe
very
Dante
good work.
Martin.
Was it?
You know,
It could have been Dante
could have.
Martin. I'm gonna Google it right quick if you want to keep him entertained.
Yeah, for sure. Everybody loves the Acclaimed. I said throw it in there.
Oh, did you see the new shirt?
Oh, I did. Oh my god. Yeah, check out Max Caster's Twitter, okay, if you want to see the
Oh,
new Acclaim shirt. I think it's very funny. But yeah, I mean, listen, and the crowd, I don't think was ever gonna buy into Bobby going on this great singles tear. It seems to me that he just wanted to wrestle and he wasn't.
Lee Moriarty.
Lee Moriarty, okay, so he was kind of in the same realm. He was buddies. I think it was like Dante Lee and
Matt
Lee
Sydal.
Moriarty and Matt Sydal. Yeah, so I was in the
Okay,
same
we was
ballpark.
good.
But
We was good.
yes, that's right.
But
But
Bobby Fish turned heel, and he was very good in that role. I think singles
yeah,
mid
he
card
just
heel,
looks like a heel.
and he
Yeah,
had an awesome match with CM Punk. If you
hmm
can find it, go check it out.
for sure. Yeah, yeah. I mean, like I said, no one's gonna clamor for a singles run, and that's nothing. You know, that's not his fault. It's just he's just they were so good, him and Call together in that tag team. And if it is done for the foreseeable future, that's a shame. But here's some more news that, might piggyback off this release here. So, or non-renewal, I guess we'll call it, because Tony Khan doesn't like to release people.
Except for
um,
has he ever released anything?
Not that I know of. He
Yeah.
did Jimmy Havoc in, I think, a few.
Okay, the
Yeah,
canceled guys.
yeah,
Yeah,
which
that's
makes
all right.
sense. Yeah, you got
That's
to
all
do
right.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, so PW Insider posted an article stating AEW sources have confirmed O'Reilly has recently undergone surgery. O'Reilly implied on his Instagram stories that he underwent a neck fusion surgery. So yeah, that sounds very scary. Um, we wish here at Do the Damn Dog, we wish Kyle O'Reilly the best in his recovery. So that could have played a big role, and probably did play a big role into why Fish was not going to be booked, because I mean, a
Yeah.
neck fusion surgery of its neck stuff, I feel like that will probably be a while until
Year.
we see O'Reilly
A
back.
year at least. Yeah.
hmm Big E's
Uh.
dealing with neck stuff. That was more spinal, but
Yeah.
same area. You can't mess around with that stuff.
Like I said, how I read that Fish would possibly be open to return down the line. It makes sense for him to not renew, just to sit on the sidelines till Kyle's back. Because I feel like
Yeah,
that's what would have happened.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Even if Cole's back, like what's Cole and Fish gonna do together without O'Reilly?
yeah,
Because then I feel like Fish would just end up being Adam Cole's manager.
yeah.
So yeah, they're a
It makes
package.
sense.
It's a duo. It's kind of like
Exactly.
having, like, well, Matt Hardy with Jeff Hardy right now.
Yeah. It's just and the thing
It's
is, and the thing that
just
sucks about and we can
right.
talk about this with the Hardy situation. The Hardys were gonna win the AEW tag team titles, and then Jeff, obviously, we know what happened there.
And Matt
He
Hardy's stuck on Dark
yeah.
and Elevation.
When your tag partner goes down, that can leave a big hole in your career, which sucks for a lot of tag wrestlers. I mean, look at Dante Martin. He hasn't been able to team with his brother in, it seems like forever.
Yeah, they had a couple matches, and then I think his name Darius
got injured again. Yeah, Darius
Yeah,
got
he was in
injured.
a car accident, wasn't he?
Yeah. Oh, gee. Yeah, it might have been a car accident.
I feel
I
like
thought it was just another injury, but damn of it. Yeah,
it's like a
we
car
wish.
accident,
Yeah,
but
but this is kind of off topic, but we're on the topic of injuries here. Joe Doring. It's been reported that and confirmed that he's dealing with, I believe, a form of brain cancer.
yeah, I think he got rid of it 6 years ago.
and it's
come
come
back.
back, which is sucks, awful. So we're wishing. He's an Impact wrestler. Some of you may know him, but if you don't, Joe Doring. He was in Eric Young's faction, Violent by Design, with Diener and obviously Eric Young. So we're wishing him well too. And the injury bug, it's still around, and it's not going anywhere anytime soon. This is it's a dangerous place, and especially with brain cancer stuff. I believe longtime commentator Don West is dealing with something along those lines right now as well, and his is in a very bad state, I believe. So yeah, it just sucks whenever you hear that kind of news, and we're wishing everyone who's off the table right now. We're dealing with a lot of serious injuries. Wishing them well. Hopefully O'Reilly, when he comes back, he'll be stronger, better than ever. Let's hope for the best. Moving on from that, let's talk about some Adam Cole. Zach?
Sorry, you froze there.
No. Let's talk about some Adam Cole.
Oh, baby! I thought you froze. My bad. I was like moving the mouse around. I'm like, uh-oh.
Normally, I'd edit that part out, but I'm keeping that in.
That's botch.
I thought you'd. I feel like I'm used to Kenny kind of catching those cues of catchphrases.
I may not be Kenny, but damn it, Kenny, when you come back, I'll be.
But he's a damn fine podcaster because he is the man of 2004 nicknames Broken Zach.
I haven't earned any of these nicknames, and that's what makes me the effing man.
But anyways,
nobody that dares to take these nicknames from me. Who's gonna do it? I want to see you try. I'll probably shorten it down to 1,003 if we strike up a good enough deal.
Damn. Let them know in the comment. What's your nickname in the wrestling business? Not your shoot name, your nickname. Anyways,
baby,
baby. Wrestle Talk posted an article regarding Tony Khan's Busted Open Radio appearance. He appears on there, I don't know if it's every week, but he appears on there pretty often. Khan teased that multiple AEW wrestlers could return at All Out this Sunday. Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer newsletter stated that Adam Cole is expected to be able to wrestle again in time for All Out. And Cole suffered a torn labrum, which has kept him out of action for a few months. The last match he wrestled was AEW New Japan's Forbidden Door pay-per-view, and that was the Fatal 4-Way with Jay White, Okada, and Hangman.
Did he get concussed in that?
That was a concussion. So I don't think there was anything to do with the labrum. But he was working hurt. That was a report that he was working hurt.
He was working hurt, and it got worse.
Yeah, I think the concussion probably boosted his time out. But yeah, that's good news if he's ready to go. We'll get on to where he could appear in the show this Sunday.
We shall.
But that's good news. We all like some. Well, not everyone. People have their reservations sometimes about Adam Cole, but we all like him here at Do the Damn Dive. So we're hoping to see him on TV.
Adam Cole's an excellent talent. He's a really nice guy.
That's right. Watch him on stream.
He's a nerd like us. He's a freaking nerd. Nerd.
Hopefully Gallows and Anderson don't get a hold of him. He might be out for longer.
Hopefully Gallows and Anderson get a hold of me. They're my boys.
Yes.
I think. I know where he was talking about. Are they free agents or not? I see they lost their tag titles. They lost their Impact tag titles to the OGK.
Honor No More.
There's. Huh?
Did they lose?
Okay. Yeah. I think they're in that stable. I don't know.
Okay, yeah. I see what you're saying. The Kingdom there. I know.
The Kingdom. I think they're called the OGK now.
Yeah.
Because it's just them guys.
For those of you who don't follow Impact, that's Mike Bennett and
Matt Taven.
Oh shit, Matt Taven, right? See, I guess I don't follow Impact now, but
jeez. Anyways, so Good Brothers, Gallows and Anderson, free agents. I want to see him back in WWE with my boy AJ Styles. I feel like they're going to go back to New Japan. Oh, something just fell. Oh, I'm sorry if you heard that.
Oh, we're live, pal.
We're live, pal. I want to see him with AJ. I feel like they're going to go to New Japan, but they could already be in New Japan anyway, so what's the point? I don't know.
Yeah. Is Carl still the never open weight champ?
Yes.
Okay.
I think so.
which I guess don't matter. But yeah,
No, he
if
can
he's in
lose that
WWE, he's
shit.
dropping that title. If that's where they're going, I'm not
Uh,
ruling out that he could maybe join Adam. They could join Adam Cole. Wouldn't make sense though
oh
because they're
damn! I
could
never thought
happen,
about
but
that.
that'd be iffy because they really had to explain that because there was nothing really. That's nothing really wrong between Gallows and Anderson and the Bucks and Omega. They were all boys. They were all hanging out. They were like the lackeys to him, which is weird. But yeah, could happen though. It could be a shock thing. Who knows? And if Cole's gonna be solo, which is weird seeing Cole solo.
He's
Um,
been linked to stables
yeah,
since. Oh,
be very weird.
When did they debut? Oh, geez, before that, he was in Bullet Club
Yeah,
and the Kingdom.
right. Yeah, sure. He's always.
Adam Cole has had people for like 10 years.
I don't mind that though. Like some people, I think they
No.
just work in stables, and I think Adam Cole,
Oh, yeah.
not to
'Cause he's-
sound like Pat McAfee and get cussed out by him, But yeah, no, but
He's a
looking
good
forward
leader.
to.
He's a very good
That's
leader.
right. That's right. He's smart.
Yeah.
But
I'd be one of his tag team partners.
hell yeah. But
Man,
I don't think we
you've
can
got me
angle for a
thinking
job.
now. Adam Cole, singles guy by himself. I don't know, because
Doesn't seem right.
He was in a tag team like when he first started with Kyle O'Reilly called
That's
Future
right.
Shock. There's some trivia for you. I don't know what happened between then and there for ROH. He was probably singles guy for a few months, but like not a main eventer. But yeah, Adam Cole. Will he be back at All Out or the following Dynamite? We shall see if we predict it.
That's right. Speaking of All Out, now we are going to do the AEW All Out 2022 predictions. All Out will take place in Chicago, Illinois at the Now Arena on September 4th. Let's start off with the 0 hour. It's not called the buy-in anymore. It's called the 0 hour. I think that was...
It was a call. It's a callback to the original All In
okay.
and
Okay, that
maybe
makes
All
sense.
Out. Yeah, it's
Says-
it's a callback to that.
Gotcha.
'Cause-
So,
What was it called there? The over the budget battle royal
right.
on 0 hour.
Do they use that for ROH too? Like the Death... I think Death Before Dishonor, that was called 0 hour as well.
Was
right?
it? All right.
think so.
Yeah, it could have been.
So maybe,
Yeah.
who knows? But anyways, let's start off with the first match here. Singles match, Eddie Kingston versus Tomohiro Ishii. Let's talk about Kingston for a little bit. Per PW Insider, multiple sources told them that Eddie Kingston returned from his 2-week suspension at this week's Dynamite. Him and Sammy Guevara sought each other out, and they both ended up making amends. They apologized and shook hands, which is good to hear. Eddie's match against Ishii was announced on this week's Dynamite. So, yeah, I mean, no bill, but I think they had a match before, right? Somewhere?
Probably.
Because I saw on the graphic there's a 2, so I think they're calling it the second outing.
I don't remember it.
Unless that's
but-
something else, I don't know. But
Jeez. Seems to me they did. They might have.
yeah, I forget. But
I can do a quick Google search while you
Yes,
talk
sir.
about it.
yes, so let's talk about Ishii too. He was originally bought for Forbidden Door. I believe he was in. I don't
He was
know.
in
if
that, the All Atlantic Championship match.
right,
He was
right.
replaced by that cowboy guy.
Kurt Connors.
Sure.
I think that's his name. Anyways, but yeah, so he's finally gonna make
Kurt
it.
Hawkins. Yeah.
Kurt Hawkins. he's gonna make it. He'll be on the 0 hour show. Cool that Eddie Kingston, patched things up with Sammy. They both apologized to each other, which is great. It's not just a one-sided, backhanded thing. And for this, see, I don't know. Like it makes sense if Kingston was to win. This is his first match back, and I don't know though, because do they want Ishii to lose in his first AEW match? That would be kind of odd to me.
I found the first match.
Okay,
It was at New Japan Capital Collision earlier this year.
right on.
It was a show in the States.
Okay,
In like May.
so who won? Do you know who won that first outing?
Nope.
Okay, shit. So, yeah, I don't know. Who are you going for, Zach? 'Cause I'm leaning more towards Ishii.
Jeez, I won't find out who wins this first match now. I'm sorry.
No, it's all
I don't
good.
know who won it, but I'm gonna go with Eddie Kingston.
Eddie Kingston.
I
All
think Eddie
right.
Kingston will win.
So, Kenny, he's going for Eddie over Ishii. So I am the only one going Ishii for this one. Next up, singles match for the FTW Championship. Hook is defending his title against Angelo Parker. Cool hand, Angelo Parker of the Jericho Appreciation Society. Yeah, most of this feud, this wasn't just a thrown together. I mean, it kind of was, but they've been feuding for a little bit with these back and forth backstage promos and stuff on Rampage. So probably not a whole lot of people know what's going on, but
I don't. I'm sorry.
I mean, that's all good. But yeah, I mean, Hook's going to win. There's no, not even really a
Jeez.
debate.
Yeah. I don't know why this match is even happening. There might be a reason
Just
for
to
it.
get Hook on the show, I figure.
Yeah, Hook's a good draw for the pre-show.
Yep.
Angelo Dockett, or my God,
Oh, no.
Angelo Parker.
He's jumping ship.
Angelo Parker's a good worker. I love 2.0. I think they're excellent. They're very good. I think Matt Menard's still recovering from blood and guts, ain't he?
Yeah, I do believe. I would think if he was good to go, it would be Matt Menard in this situation. But
It's good. They're a good team. Should be a solid match. So I'm gonna go with Hook.
Hook. Kenny is also going for Hook. Next up, another championship match, and this is this is not the last match on the buy-in. 0 Hour singles match for the AEW All Atlantic Championship. Pac is defending against Kip Sabian. Kip attacked Pac during Death Triangle's Trios tournament match against United Empire on last week's Dynamite in a very contrived spot. I did not like that at all.
It was very awkward, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
The
whole scene of events in that moment that just kind of took me out. But the match
could
was
have been
great.
executed better, and how was it not a disqualification?
Yeah, yeah. The refs are very
Anyways.
dumb in AEW. But yeah, I'm gonna go Pac here. I know Kip's this is his first match back, but it's you can't just have him Pac lose right away.
Nah,
Like
Pac's winning 100%. It's gonna be a good match, though.
Oh, definitely looking
think-
forward to it.
I remember early AEW Kip Sabian. He was like one of their
Day one
people,
guys.
It was like one of their it was one of their day one people. Not very many people knew they were pushing. I think he won the first ever match against Sammy Guevara.
Really? Did not know that.
Yeah, it was at the what's it called there? Double or Nothing 2019 pre-show. Buy-in.
Okay.
Kip Sabian versus Sammy Guevara.
Gotcha. So yeah. So hey, it's good that Kip's back. Hopefully we'll
But
see.
Pac's winning. Pac.
Oh yeah.
Pac.
I get
Neville.
that mixed up all the time. Kenny also went for Pac over Kip. Looking forward to that. The final match on the 0 Hour mixed tag team match for the AAA Mixed Tag Team Championships. The champs, Sammy Guevara and Ty Mello, are defending against Ruby Soho and Ortiz. Just a few hours ago, at the time of this recording, on Rampage, the match was announced after Soho and Ortiz defeated Guevara and Mello. That was just a win to give to Soho and Ortiz. I don't think that they're gonna drop the belts.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, win the belts from Guevara and Mello. And I don't think we need to. It's great to have some variety, like mixed tag wrestling. I think people do like that. And I mean, this 0 Hour, it's not looking too bad. If I was watching, maybe, and I wasn't a real avid fan, I'm sure you're gonna get some great wrestling, so that could entice people to buy.
It's
You always
free.
gotta put on some
It's
good
free
matches.
on YouTube.
That's right. And but I'm gonna go. And we couldn't get a prediction from Kenny because this match literally just got announced a few hours ago. So I'm gonna go Guevara and Mello. Zach, what do you think?
Also going Guevara and Mello, and we'll update if we have like a results thing. We will update with Kenny's pick on Twitter.
Yes,
I believe you'll be doing.
Yes, sir.
We'll update with
Definitely.
Kenny's pick. I can assume he's gonna pick Guevara and Mello, but who knows with
Who
Kenny,
knows?
right?
That's right. And we are including the 0 Hour into our grand prediction to see who got the most points right. But let's talk about the main card. We'll start off with the trios match. FTR and Wardlow taking on Jay Lethal and the Motor City Machine Guns. Very excited to see the Machine Guns on a AEW show. FTR and Wardlow had a quick trios match on this week's Dynamite against some ROH talent. I think one of them was Silas Young.
Silas Young, yeah.
So I'm gonna go FTR and Wardlow. I like the Machine Guns, but come on, I mean, FTR has 3 tag titles right now, and Wardlow's a TNT champ. There's no doubt in my mind that they shouldn't win. They should. Not gonna say it's a squash, but it'll be competitive. But
it'll be a good match. FTR and Wardlow are definitely winning, in my opinion. If they don't, then I'm concerned. And
for Tony Khan's mental health.
And I would expect the champions to be working for Triple H next year.
Yeah, definitely.
Because there's no reason whatsoever for them guys to lose, especially on pay-per-view.
Yeah, it'd be a questionable decision. But now this is a very straightforward pick, I believe. And Kenny is also going to go for FTR and Wardlow. Next up, singles match for the AEW TBS Women's Championship. Jade Cargill defends her title against Athena. Chris Statlander was most likely going to face Jade for the title at this show. However, she suffered a knee injury, which sucks. Talking about injuries again. We're hoping nothing but the best for Statlander. Hopefully it's a speedy recovery. And because I guess Tony Khan had a lot of plans for Statlander, so this whole Athena match had to get thrown together in a way. But you know what? Before I say anything, and I'm gonna go for Jade to win. I don't know, man. Like Athena, I think she's lost a lot of her aura that she had in NXT and WWE with the Ember Moon gimmick. Which sucks because I really did like. I mean, she's still, it's not like she's putting on bad matches or nothing, but she had an aura about her. I never claimed to ever like her mic skills that much, but she just it sometimes doesn't matter. The presence she had, it's missing. But obviously, WWE's got the higher production value. But I miss the 2017, 2016 Ember Moon.
Yeah, and I also didn't mind Ember Moon's run when she came back in NXT 2020.
I believe so, yeah.
Even then, she was good. I'm also going with Jade to win. Yeah. Ember Moon or Athena, it's just like she kind of just showed up, and that was it. She hasn't done much of note that I've noticed anyway.
No, not really.
She's fine. She's a great wrestler.
Just not different. Not really. I'm not seeing any difference between the other women that got employed.
Yeah,
which sucks to say.
I wouldn't have Jade lose to her.
No.
If
she'll get the 50 wins.
Oh yeah, I feel like when she loses, it could potentially be against Statlander, or, jeez, I have no idea.
Maybe Soho.
Maybe like Sasha Banks or some shit.
That would be very wild if that was to happen.
She's not even working there.
No, I cannot see that.
I don't know. There is no one there right now that I can see Jade losing to.
There's a very big flaw in
even Thunder
Rosa.
Even Thunder Rosa, I don't see beating her.
No.
Britt Baker, I don't see them having a match for any reason.
Yeah, that'd be a little odd.
Statlander, maybe. I'll go Statlander in like the 50-second match.
Yeah, I don't know the time. And by the way, Kenny is also going for Jade, so we're all tight on that one. There's not a whole lot of, there's women faces, baby faces in AEW right now, but they're very
Jade
interchangeable.
Cargill and Britt Baker are your top stars.
Yeah.
For sure.
You know what? Well, I guess you could throw Sheeta into the mix as well.
Probably like a year ago, but man, she has not been booked at all. This is her last week was her first Dynamite since her Serena Deeb feud, which was like winter.
Yeah, that's crazy to think about.
It's a damn shame. It is a damn shame.
Yeah, but I don't know. There's an obvious flaw with the women in AEW, and we're hopefully that gets resolved
It's
after All Out.
it's
But
a everybody knows about it.
I don't know how many wins Jade is at right now.
Me either.
If Chris Statlander can come back in a reasonable amount of time, they could stall out her matches so she doesn't she can reach 50 when Chris Statlander's ready to come back. Then they could do a big return. But that I don't know how long that would be. I don't know how long Statlander would be out for. But yeah, we'll if we get any updates, maybe I don't know. There could be a report out there. We will definitely look into that. But yeah, we're all gonna go for Jade Cargill next match.
I'm on the hold on just a second there, pal.
Oh, you're
We're live,
looking it
pal.
up.
According to the AEW website, she is 35-0.
Yeah, okay, yeah, they could stall that out definitely.
I think her 30th win was against Marina Shafir a long time ago. So yeah, Jade's not one of them wrestlers that wrestles every week, so it can be stalled out for sure. Even if Statlander's out for like 9 months, 15 matches in 9 months, I don't see that even happening for Jade Cargill. So I think we're all right.
Yeah, that's. Let us know what you think about that in the comments below. So move on from that. But thank you for the update, Broken Zach. He's the man. He's the best at the live updates. I like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to like get a legit nickname. This 2004 shit's gonna run out of steam. I'll come up with something. Whether it's
we'll go to the gimmick generator. See what we come up with.
Yeah.
But anyways, trios match: House of Black, Malachi Black, Brody King, and Buddy Matthews are taking on Sting, Darby Allin, and Miro. Sting, Darby, and Miro had a quick video package promo on this week's Dynamite. Here's some very interesting news regarding Malachi Black. PW Insider and Fightful Select reported on an initial post that Raj Giri, if I'm pronouncing that right, of WrestlingInc.com made that Malachi Black requested an AEW release. It is believed that Black has been dealing with personal issues, which in turn has affected his mental health. As well, he's had some frustrations with the booking as of late, and this has supposedly caused him to want to take a break from pro wrestling in general. The request was denied, and Fightful Select posted an article to their website reporting that things have been smoothed over. So that was definitely a wrench when thinking about who's going to win this match, because and we're wishing Malachi Black well. Obviously, mental health sucks, issues suck, and hopefully whatever's going on, things can get resolved very soon. But yeah, now that's interesting that he wanted just a full-on release and to just get away from the wrestling business entirely.
As opposed to just asking for like time off or something. Yeah, I don't know.
It's very, very odd. I guess with booking too, but yeah.
I mean, his wife works for the WWE, so maybe he wanted out to go work for them. I don't know.
We won't speculate what's the personal stuff going on.
See, we're not professional wrestlers. I can see that being a very hard mental job, though. I don't think I could do it.
No.
Man, being on the road that many days a year definitely has to take a toll on your personal life and your physical well-being as well. I couldn't do it myself. So props to every man, woman, and everyone, wherever you identify as, that is in the wrestling business. Props to you.
Absolutely. I agree 100%.
And I support Malachi Black no matter what he does.
Yeah, so
have you predicted your winner yet?
No, I'm trying to.
Right,
no. I'm trying. No, it's
on.
okay. I'm trying to think here because I can't.
I know who I'm picking.
See, okay, so let's just put things into perspective. If he was upset with the booking, we'll put the personal issues aside. If he was frustrated with the booking, they just lost last week to the Dark Order. It was screwy, don't get me wrong, so it wasn't like an actual. But hey, Malachi Black was the one that got rolled up by Alex Reynolds. Didn't like that decision at all.
No, that's. But I don't want to see my boy Buddy take a pin.
Yeah, it's.
I'm a Buddy Matthews mark.
I like all three guys. Like all three guys are just so good, so good.
Brody King was the one that I cared about the least. However, his singles matches with Darby Allin has like bumped him up for me considerably. He's like tied with the other members now.
Oh
But
yeah.
Buddy Matthews is my guy, and I'm jumping the gun here. I want House of Black to win. I'm gonna predict House of Black's gonna win this match. And by God, if Buddy Matthews somehow gets the pin for his team,
That'd be great.
Jutnik will have to promote me to something on this channel. I want a promotion. Damn
Oh
it.
damn.
I want to be known as, if I win, obviously, I want to be known as the Do the Damn Dive prediction champion.
Damn. Wow, we will have to
I
wait
don't
and
have.
see.
I don't have a. I have this this belt. I have an undisputed belt.
I think I'm actually defending that to kind of. Well, he has a physical belt. To go back, I think
I get hyped
won.
up. I'm sorry.
No. I
go
like this
off
tangent.
script. I'm a loose cannon.
That's right.
What? I can't yell too loud. It's my dad can beat my ass.
Yeah, we are recording very late night, but so I think I won the WrestleMania predictions. So I actually think I'm defending it. So what the Clash predictions video will come out first.
Yeah.
So that will be, I guess that'll be my first defense as the predictions champ. And
goddamn, we have the same pick, so
because we tied.
We'll be co-champs if we win.
That's right. We tied on the NXT one, but then I think I won the WrestleMania one, so then I guess I would be the inaugural champion right now. But yeah, and a tie that'd be.
Or we'll decide it in 2K or something.
We'll have to we'll figure out something there.
We'll have something when the time comes for a championship.
That's right. So hopefully I can win the Clash predictions. But I think we'd. Well, how about this? If you tie, I guess it'd be a retain, right? Because that's how it is in wrestling.
Shit. Yep, you're right. Never mind me. I got a little excited there.
No, I like both ideas we could go down. But anyways, we'll think about that.
Yeah, that's.
I'm gonna go House of Black as well.
House of Black.
I think Malachi. I think all members need this win, especially after losing in the tournament.
And Brody lost in a coffin match, I believe.
Yeah, he lost in the coffin match. Now
Malachi
he has
got the
beat
pin.
Darby before, but
And I don't know if Buddy Matthews has won a match since he's been there.
Oh jeez,
I remember he had a match with Pac.
Yes, yeah, he lost
Wildfire
that.
for the All Atlantic thing. So that's like, yeah, they've probably. I know they've definitely won on like Dark and shit. But who hasn't?
Yeah, that's true. That's just kind of numbers padding right there, like wins and loss padding.
But yeah, House of Black, and if Buddy Matthews gets the pin, I will be very excited. Man,
Kenny is also gonna go. Or no, sorry, he's not going House of Black. He's
not
flipping the script again. He is gonna go for Sting, Darby Allin, and Miro, which is not a bad pick
not
either.
go wrong at all.
No,
because you have Sting. Man, he always wins. Darby can always use a win, and Miro.
That's true. Miro could use a win as well.
He's I don't know if he's on the best of terms.
Really? Right. Okay, I know the Malachi report got confirmed. I don't know about the Miro one.
That
was speculated,
if that was true or not.
Yeah, we will reserve that, and if we find maybe in the episode 14, we'll talk about that of the podcast a little bit more. But so yeah, me and Zach, we're gonna go House of Black, and Kenny is gonna go for Sting, Darby Allin, and Miro. Moving on, singles match. Ricky Starks versus Powerhouse Hobbs. Last week on Dynamite, Ricky cut a great promo on Hobbs, about him betraying him. And on the Rampage following that Dynamite, the Fat Drew beat up Starks. So maybe they'll do an angle with Starks not being 100%, and that could lead to Hobbs, having an easy win. I'm going to go Powerhouse Hobbs. Would love for Starks to win, but I think Hobbs needs that first little big win, we'll say.
Yeah, Hobbs. Perhaps Hobbs for me.
And I believe Kenny is gonna go for. I'm reading this live out. Oh, okay. He's gonna go Hobbs over. So we're all tied on that one. All three of us going Powerhouse Hobbs. Should be a pretty good match. Next up, AEW World Tag Team Championship match. Swerve in Our Glory, Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland defend their belts against The Acclaimed. Now, this match didn't really have a build at all. Swervingly saved the Acclaimed on last week's Dynamite after the Ass Boys jumped Max and Anthony following Colton Gunn's win over Billy Gunn, his father. So I'm gonna go. Yeah, as much as I'd like to see the Acclaim win, I think Swerve in Our Glory still has more time with the belts. So I'm gonna go Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland.
And we're on the same page again tonight, man. I'd love to see the Acclaimed have them.
Which they will,
They would be entertaining as hell with those titles. But Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland are not the guys they're gonna beat for him.
No.
Keith Lee and Swerve will be winning this match.
I don't really know who would take the belts off of them, though, to be honest.
Off of Keith and Swerve? Jeez.
Maybe House of Black, but I don't think that. I don't know.
Maybe.
I think Malachi and Miro will get their singles match, and then maybe Brody King and Buddy Matthews can win the tag titles. I'd like to see that.
I have. See, there's such a stacked tag division.
That is their strongest suit in the whole company. Yeah. The women's are a little weak. The division that is not
maybe even
necessarily
FTR.
Based on the talent.
Maybe even FTR. FTR might beat
true.
them. I could see FTR beating them and having all the gold.
I think I would think they would want to blow that off soon because I'm sure the other companies want their titles back, and FTR can't be everywhere. So,
but I imagine. But think of it this way: for those other companies, they have FTR booked for their show. It's gonna draw.
That's true. Plus, their titles are on TV, so that is probably incentive.
Yeah.
But anyways, so with Kenny's pick, he is also going Swerve in Our Glory.
If the Acclaimed win, I'm not going to be upset.
No, absolutely. I'll be very, very pumped up. So after this, well, this ain't really the confirmed match order, but let's talk about the next match. Singles match, the American Dragon Bryan Danielson versus the Lionheart Chris Jericho. Following Danielson's win over Jake Hager on Dynamite this week, the other JAS members came out to beat Bryan up. Earlier in the show, Garcia pledged his loyalty to Jericho backstage. However, when Jericho attempted to hit Bryan with a steel chair, Garcia pulled the chair out of Jericho's hand, causing Jericho to run into a Bosaico knee from Bryan Danielson. That was, I liked that. I liked that it wasn't obvious that Garcia was going to help Jericho.
Yeah.
And for this, I think Jericho's going to win. Damn, I don't know. See, I was so confident going in, but now I'm thinking about it. I'm like, I think what's going to happen is Garcia. Now, I think I've heard other people say that Garcia will cost Bryan the match. I think he might cost Jericho the match again, and that because they're going to keep this storyline going. So, I don't think we're going to get the official Daniel Garcia heel. Well, he's already heel, but the heel turn. I think they'll play up to it more and have him cost Jericho the match. So I'm going to go Bryan Danielson.
I'm going to go on the opposite side. I'm going with Chris Jericho. Daniel Garcia I think Daniel Garcia will be hesitant to play a factor, but he will help Jericho win. He'll be hesitant about it, though. And it will lead down the line to a Jericho-Garcia match where Garcia's like, I didn't need your help to beat Bryan, but you needed my help. So who really is the better man?
Yeah. I like that. See, and that's the thing, him being involved. I mean, the match was already interesting because, how it's Danielson and Jericho, but with Garcia in the mix here, and he's getting chants. He's getting the You're a Wrestler chants. People are liking Garcia right now.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, I'm not going to say he's definitely joining the Blackpool Combat Club.
No.
But either way, he could screw over Bryan, he could screw over Jericho, and both sides would make sense.
Yeah, but
I'm
going with Chris Jericho.
The Lionheart. And Tanner, Kenny.
Oh, shoot.
I said his shoot name. I've said his shoot name before, though.
Gotcha.
But Kenny Arrow is going to go for Bryan Danielson. So, yeah, he's the. I was going to go Jericho, but I think I'm over. Thinking it, but hey, that's
who overbook as long as I can win, brother.
Damn, that's right. I gotta I got to be a little smarter here with more confident with my picks because Zach could swoop in and
You know
take
what
my
they say?
predictions title.
You know what they say, Jet. Work smarter, not harder. So don't
That's right.
overthink it.
That's right. I like that.
However, this is coming from the guy that just booked 6 months worth of WWE program. So who am I to say anything? I got WrestleMania 39 booked on my phone, man.
He's gonna send this script to Triple H.
I'm gonna send this to. I'll send it to Adam Blanc, PA.
Yes.
Shout out
See what he
to
says.
Parts of Unknown. What culture? Oh my goodness! No.
Hopefully we can travel to. Oh no! Hopefully we can travel to Parts of Unknown.
Oh,
Same concept, just different brands.
hey, it's not like we're not the WWE. It's not like everybody's the WWE. We can acknowledge other people.
That's right, totally. And we like all those channels. But give the little guy some support. If you're liking what we're saying, if you're liking what we're doing, please show us some love in the comments. But we ain't done yet.
Yeah,
so
like,
that's right.
Share, send us to your teachers, send us to your friends, send us to your parents, send us to Facebook, Twitter.
Mostly if they're wrestling fans, because if they aren't, they will not.
No one will
know
give a
anything.
shit if they're not a wrestling fan. Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, Tumblr.
Zack Ryder's tout.
Follow us on Tout.
Yes, sir.
Do the damn dive. I'm sure that's our hashtag on everything.
I hope
so. Anyways, 8-man casino ladder match. Give us the rundown, Justin.
See, that scared the shit out of me at first, but I forgot I'm screen sharing, so you can actually see what's up next.
Oh, I've been following along. I've been following along like this is elementary school reading Robert Munch out loud, man.
Aha. Yes,
I'm
sir.
waiting for Andrew's loose tooth to fly into the soup. You know what I'm saying?
If you like Robert Munch, let us know. 8-man, like Zach said, 8-man casino ladder match, and the winner of this will receive a future
Robert Munch.
AEW.
Robert
He could be the Joker. He could be the Joker participant.
I don't even know if he's alive.
Oh yeah, I don't think he is. Anyways, we're getting sidetracked.
You're lucky this time, pal.
Yeah, I might have just been very
years
insensitive.
old. You'll see him fighting H-Boy next week.
Oh god. Oh no.
Casino ladder match. I love ladder matches.
Oh, this is gonna be great. I don't. Well, I mean, hey, it could be match of the night, but it's all subjective. I like ladder matches, so it's in the running for me.
Even a bad ladder match is good.
Yeah, I like this lineup we got. So the participants, and by the way, whoever wins this casino ladder match will receive a future AEW World Title match. The participants: Claudio Castagnoli, Wheeler Yuta, Penta El Zero Mero, Rey Fenix, Roosh, Andrade El Idolo, Dante Martin, and a mystery Joker participant. So on Dynamite this week, we saw Yuta, Phoenix, Roosh, and Martin participate in a 4-way match. It was worth the watch. If you need some wrestling fix going into the show, definitely check that out. Wheeler ended up scoring the victory. That was probably just a way to get him some, momentum, because he's not going to win this, I don't think. So let's kind of talk about who could be the Joker. I'll start off with, I think some people might have said Will Ospreay, because he did just lose. His team lost in the semifinals in the trios tournament. We're having a problem.
World Trios
World
Eliminator Tournament.
It's a mouthful, guys. I'm sorry, but yeah.
Dynamite Finals.
Yes, Dynamite. That's what I was trying to say. The Dynamite side of the bracket. Anyways. It's him being the Joker is seemingly off the table because he sent to Fightful that he is done in AEW for the time being, so he's definitely going back to Japan, most likely to do whatever he's got to do there. And
be the best in the world.
Be the best in the world. That's subjectively, of course. Actually,
he's not my favorite, but
let us know what you think about Will Ospreay in the comments, because I'm interested in people's opinion.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Such a good heel because he's got such a punchable face and he's such a
just
dick.
like Guevara, yeah.
but in a good way. Guevara's got this go away heat now with a lot of people, but Ospreay,
he does.
Ospreay is special.
But so he's off the table. Let's talk about Samoa Joe. Now, I
Love
think
to see that one.
Now, I'm not crediting the sources here, and I forget. I was watching a YouTube video. It could have been from Cultaholic. Reportedly, Samoa Joe's done filming everything because I think I don't know if it was a voiceover work or actually
Twist.
being.
Oh, was it something to do with a Twisted Metal?
Yes, I think it
Either
was.
a game or a show or a movie.
Yeah,
With Twisted Metal's a game for the PlayStation. I don't know if they're doing a new game or a movie or a TV show.
but yeah. So he's probably the most likely, I would say, because if Punk wins the title, then maybe they'll do Samoa Joe and Punk.
Oh my god. You've just. Oh my god. Keep talking, brother.
But that could be what they do, I guess. That's it. But it could also be Joe and Moxley. I would rather see him and Punk, but they could do that as well. I think Joe could fit well in the Blackpool Combat Club, but they got
You
enough
gotta
people.
bleed with them
That's
to
right.
join them. So Samoa Joe being a Joker and winning is like ultimate scenario there because Punk match, Moxley match, either's good.
Yeah.
I don't know if I think it's gonna be Joe or not yet.
So let's talk about the final guy that's kind of in the mix here, Adam Cole. Now we did mention this in the full length podcast that Adam Cole is seemingly good to go. Dave Meltzer reported that he will be able to wrestle in time for the pay-per-view this Sunday. So him and Joe are neck and neck for probably most likely. Um, that's
You
gonna be
see,
because it depends. I think the Joker's gonna win, so we got to kind of predict the Joker as well.
the thing is, if Adam Cole's the Joker, I don't necessarily want to see him win because he just had world title matches this
Yeah.
year.
Plus, him and Punk, that would be very. I don't know. I wouldn't
Be
be where I
good.
go
That would be
down yet.
good.
It would be good. I think I like
Cole
the Joe
Moxley
feud
would be
better.
good, but I'd rather it be Joe. It could be some New Japan guy. It
That
could
is
be
true.
somebody from Impact. It could be someone from AAA. It could be a
Because Tony
free
Khan,
agent.
yeah, Tony Khan did mention new signings as well. So
I
that
can't
also
think
throws
of
the rings.
anyone hot on the market right now. I
Yeah.
don't know for sure. Is there a separate point for getting the Joker right and the winner?
Yeah, we can do that.
Or are we just predicting winner?
I think what we should do is we should Canada is a double point thing, a double
Okay.
whammy. If you can get the pick right and the winner, and but I think regardless, the winner is going to be the Joker. And by the way, that Samoa Joe thought was not my own. I heard some YouTube videos that kind of talked my mind into it because I thought Joe was still going to be gone, so I didn't expect that. But according to that report, he's going to be around. So yeah, I'm gonna predict Samoa Joe, and I am gonna predict Samoa Joe to win. So that I'm doubling down on Samoa Joe.
All right. So you see the people in there. You have Claudio Castagnoli. If he wins, that's ROH champion versus AEW champion.
Yeah, damn, that's
I
another one.
I can, but I can't see that happening at the same time.
Definitely.
So I don't think Claudio's gonna win. Dante Martin's in there for spots. Scroll up a little
Yeah.
bit so I can see the list.
Oh, sure.
Sorry.
Yeah, I love
Dante's in there
that
for spots.
Zoom share screen feature.
Zoom. That's another good book by Robert Munt. Zoom. Claudio, Dante, no. Andrade, no. Wheeler,
Wow.
Andrade, maybe. Andrade, maybe.
I was just about to say Kenny's pick for this is Andrade, which I'm
Is it?
surprised. Yeah, We'll have to,
I-
I'll talk to him about that a little more after the show to see what he thought.
Andrade, maybe. Wheeler, maybe. Phoenix and Roosh, no. I feel like Phoenix and Dante's gonna have a spot where they get taken out of the match, but that's
Yeah.
WWE thinking brain. Penta maybe. I'm gonna go with the safe choice with Adam Cole as the Joker and winning. However, put it as my winner as the Joker, it just as Joker, so I don't lose the point because I'm a bitch like that.
I was
Because
just
man, if Adam Cole's not in the match, I lose 2 points, brother. Come
yeah, that's
on,
true.
man.
So
I'm gonna
so
go. I'm gonna
you're
go
gonna
Joker.
predict Adam Cole?
Adam Cole
Hey man,
and
I'm doing the
Joker.
double down.
I'll predict Adam Cole's the winner. I'll predict Adam Cole as the Joker. I love the Samoa Joe idea. If that happens,
Me
I'll
too,
be
man.
very excited.
I'm sorry I forgot who came up with it. I wish I would have thought of it. I feel like I don't know
But
how that went over my head, but
I
yeah.
see this playing out when Samoa Joe comes back. He'll be involved with the BCC, and he will lose his television championship to Bryan Danielson. That way,
Ooh.
Blood Combat Club, Blackpool Combat
The
Club
BCC.
has all of the ROH gold at that
Yeah,
point.
I think that's something they're definitely doing because
And then one of them can be a double champion tag teaming with Samoa Joe because at
damn.
the last ROH pay per view they teased Yuta and Claudio. I don't see
Okay.
them as the tag team, but I can see Brian and Joe as tag team champions together.
Yeah.
So, but I do really like your Samoa Joe idea, and if he's the Joker, I am very into that. And Adam Cole is my pick, and I will be happy with that too because I love Adam Cole.
I think the
I'm
three people that got the best chance of winning, and I'm in the mindset of booking for Punk. I'm not gonna book if say Moxley does retain, which we'll get onto that very shortly.
Mhm.
It could be any of these guys theoretically,
Yeah.
but I think Punk is winning in that main event, and I think the two people that got the best odds of winning that is either Claudio or Samoa Joe, and I think I'm gonna lean on Joe. Kenny's going Andrade, and Zach is doing the
Yeah.
double down like me,
Yeah.
but he is going for Adam Cole.
See, I'm spoiling our main event pick there with the Punk. I don't. Spoiler alert.
Well, it could change though. Who knows?
Shit, but then that goes against my Adam Cole picks. I was going to say, spoiler alert, I don't see a heel winning because I think Punk's going to turn heel.
Yeah. But okay, let's go back to that. But
Just stick with Adam Cole and Joker. I
yeah,
don't want Punk. Maybe frick Punk. He can turn heel later.
yeah.
God
So
damn.
he's sticking to his Adam Cole guns. Next
Adam
up,
Cole.
four-way match for the interim AEW Women's World Championship. Toni Storm versus Dr. Britt Baker DMD versus Jamie Hayter versus Hikaru Shida. Toni Storm and Shida teamed up against Baker and Hayter in a great tag team match on Dynamite this week. Go check that out too if you need some
Shida
wrestling
with
fix.
the pin. I was very happy to see
Yeah,
that.
that
She
was
pinned and
shocking.
she pinned Britt Baker. She didn't pin Jamie.
That scared me a little bit.
Scared ya?
Because, well, I'll tell you why. Because I can't see Baker getting pinned on Dynamite to not either win or I don't know. It just for her to lose twice, that doesn't. They're very high on Britt Baker. He's been there since day
As they
one,
should.
so. Yeah, that scared me a little because I was for sure going Toni Storm. I think I still am, but that's definitely a wrench in the which is good because it's that built some intrigue for me because that was just shocking. It's not got to be Toni Storm, but I also think that someone else should hold the women's title besides Baker. So the original match was gonna be Thunder Rosa versus Toni Storm at All Out, but Rosa suffered a injury. I believe it was to her back.
Yeah.
She need a disc
Her needed
replaced or
disc
something.
in her back, maybe something like that.
Yeah, I think that was So, which sucks. Oh, by the way, talking about injury, wishing Thunder Rosa the best, and hopefully she
Man,
recovers soon.
it was the men all summer. Now it's the women.
Yeah,
I
That's crazy. Two women's
yeah.
matches on this show got tampered with because of injury. So the only two women's matches. I guess if you count that mixed
Yeah.
tag, but I don't.
So you're going Tony
I'm gonna go Tony Storm, and Kenny is also gonna go Tony Storm.
and Zach is also going with Tony Storm.
Damn, we're all tied.
I don't know if you knew this or not, but there was a report that Tony Storm was originally scheduled to win the match against Thunder Rosa.
Yeah, which surprised me that
I
they
don't know
did
where
the
I seen
interim
that.
thing.
Once again, I'm sorry, but I seen that. I think Tony will win. And back to the Baker loss, I think Britt Baker's going to start blaming Jamie Hayter for her losses, which will eventually lead to the split.
Yeah, which has to happen. And I think Hayter had an interview with someone from What Culture, and she said that she's interested in joining the Blackpool Combat Club.
And
That'd be great.
And that is your final person to win a ROH championship. She can win the women's. And then Blair's Combat Club can run ROH. And there you go. There's your time to make a ROH show with those guys on it.
That'd be pretty stat. I think so. This is either from Fightful, PW Insider, or the Wrestling Observer newsletter. I think Mercedes Martinez is hurt, and she is the ROH TV
injury.
title.
Another injury.
Either really. Oh my god. So that's crazy. So the TV title
on the WWE side, wasn't Gigi Dolan hurt?
She is hurt. Yeah, she got a concussion, I believe. So yeah,
man, oh man, you keep watch of tomorrow's women's matches at Clash of the Castle and the women's matches at All Out and see if there's any more injuries. Because
hopefully not. Fingers crossed. Hopefully not. But so I don't know if the ROH TV title is vacated. I don't think it is. But yeah, I don't see the
women's title. The women's title?
No, because Mercedes Martinez is hurt and she's the ROH women. Right. Okay, I see what you're saying.
I was saying Samoa Joe ain't vacated, brother.
I'm getting my title. There's so that's the other problem.
Titles, man.
But we've already talked about that in episode 13 and 12, so let's we'll leave that in the past. Yeah, I don't think it's vacated. So as far as we know it for right now, Mercedes Martinez is still the ROH Women's Champion. Hayter's, I don't think Hayter's got a great chance at winning. In fact, I think she'll take the fall here. So
yeah,
maybe after that, maybe we can see the split, and then maybe Hayter can defeat Martinez. Now, I don't know if this is a debilitating injury for Martinez. So I don't know if she can still work a match. But maybe just drop it quick to Hayter, get that title on her.
I can see Hayter with that ROH title. I can't see her with the AEW title yet.
No.
Not
or the TBS.
ROH or anything. However, imagine this. Hayter with the ROH Women's World title and Britt Baker with nothing, and Britt Baker's jealous.
That would be great.
Good shit. That's some good shit.
So hopefully that can play into fruition. Hayter needs to get the hell away from Baker because we've already seen it. They've teased splitting up, then they made up, and it just
just as long as her ring gear don't change.
Broken Zach, yeah, be careful here. We're live,
Broken Zach needs a drink of water. He's thirsty.
That's right. Shit, I'm corpsing here. Okay. So all three of us send for the man. We're all going for Tony Storm. And next match, this is a singles match. Jungle Boy, Jack Perry versus Christian Cage.
Here. Looking forward to this one.
So let's get on to the story of these two
here. Looking forward to this one. This is hype. Even my mom was interested in this.
I remember you said something about that. That was cool to hear.
Does not like wrestling. She doesn't watch it. But this was on, and I told her that who Jungle Boy was. And she was interested. And last week we was at Walmart, and she seen the AEW figures, and she's like, "Where's the guy from Big Brother?" Me and Luchasaurus, and where's Luke Perry's son? I'm like, there you go. So there you go.
That is very cool to hear. That
bringing in the casuals. And when my brothers was young, she's seen Christian on TV, obviously.
Yeah, that's cool. And you know what? This is probably been the feud that has had the most build.
Oh, this has been building since Double or Nothing 2021 in the Battle Royal.
Yes, that's right. I guess that was long term. That ended
Yeah.
up being a convenient reason,
Mm.
but I think so. Let's get on to the story of why this match is happening because we got to be very storyteller ish when we get
Yeah.
to these prediction matches. So on Dynamite this week, we saw Jim Ross host a sit-down interview with Jungle Boy and Christian Cage. The two agreed to no physicality. Ross mentioned Cage's issues with his elbow. Cage told Jungle Boy, and I quote, "At less than 100%, I'm going to destroy you at All Out. You are going to be a has-been at the age of 25 years old," end quote. Jungle Boy then said it's more complicated than just saying he hates Christian Cage, as he cared for him and that the relationship the two had felt familiar to him. He said to Cage that he loved him, following up with, and I quote, "Whether or not you ever truly cared for me, you made me feel that you loved me too. And as much as I would like to believe that the real you is still in there somewhere, this is probably the real you. This has probably been the real you all along," end quote. Cage said it's the real him. He's not here to be Jungle Boy's friend or father figure. He's here to make money and win championships. Cage is here for himself. Jungle Boy then told Cage that his father taught him how to be a man and how he will teach Cage the same lesson at All Out. Rest in peace, the late great Luke Perry. The segment closed with Jungle Boy telling Christian he's not going to wrestle Jungle Boy this Sunday. He's going to fight Jack Perry. That was a great closing line. This was a great sit-down interview. This
And
whole feud, great stuff.
I hope he gets announced as Jack Perry for this match.
I'm thinking that's where they're going because the Jungle Boy gimmick's coming to an end.
I think it would be good as his name would be Jungle Boy Jack Perry.
That could work.
In brackets, kind of like Macho Man Randy Savage. He's Jungle Boy Jack Perry. It rolls off the tongue well.
Oh, for sure. I like the name. Like, the Jack, and Jim Ross always calls him Jack Perry anyway. So, in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't.
Jim Ross calls people whatever he wants.
Yeah, that's true. Here's the thing. I am gonna go Christian because I don't think this is the blow off. And I think we will finally see the Luchasaurus heel turn because he's been in and out of this feud. He hasn't said anything, but he's just been in and out. He pops in sometimes to assist Jungle Boy when he's talking to Christian. It's interesting how they're building this. I think they would have blew it off had Jungle Boy not got hurt. But I mean, Luchasaurus, he's still decked out in the heel, all blacked out gear.
Yeah.
So. I mean, I think he's going to screw over Jungle Boy in some way, and Cage is going to pull out the win with a bummed elbow. And maybe he can kind of play that as a sympathy card to Luchasaurus.
Is the bummed elbow a ruse, or is he actually hurt?
I think that's actually a real thing. Okay. I didn't know that, but I think that was odd that they mentioned that. I don't think that's been mentioned very much during the feud, so that's probably a real thing.
And I'm going to agree with you. Christian Cage will win. Luchasaurus will do the heel thing, and their blow-off will take place in a lights-out match when Jungle Boy will get his win at some point.
That would be perfect.
That's my prediction.
Perfect. Kenny is going to go for Jungle Boy over Christian. That's a fair... I think it's not black and white. I think either or could win. I'm just banking on the idea that Luchasaurus is turning heel, but he very well could just, pop in and not do much. But I can't see that. To build that even more sympathy for Jungle Boy, he's going to be falling to the deepest depths after losing to Christian by hook or by crook, and then we'll see. Well, and I hope this feud does continue because I've really liked it, and I think they can. Well, I don't know if they could push it to Full Gear, but they could because they could branch it to. Cage can heal up if he is hurt. They could branch to Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus. Then they can have the rubber match at Full Gear which is in November. They could do that, but that's me fantasy booking. I'm gonna try to cut back on that.
That lights out match that I talked about. They could do it at the
Arthur Ashe Stadium.
Yeah, event. That or Dynamite's got specials all the time, man.
That's true. That could be the stadium match. Now that I'm thinking
Do
about
they have a
it,
Halloween show?
they probably will.
I could see it happen at like the Halloween one, maybe.
But yeah,
Lights
that could
out,
be the future.
spooky. I don't see it going to Full Gear. It could though.
Because this is taking.
they could stretch it to Winter is Coming if they want.
Well, they really could. I think I bank on the idea that Full Gear because I think Full Gear's taking place in the middle of the month or like earlier in November, which is not that far away. So they could push that if they want.
True, ain't it?
Jungle Boy to feud with Luchasaurus. I think they could pull it off.
Yeah.
Would it get tiresome? I don't know, but you know, it's Christian Cage and Jungle Boy. He isn't exactly a slouch himself, so I think they can make it work.
Yeah.
But anyways, that will be our prediction. Me and Zach are gonna go for Christian Cage. Kenny's going for Jungle Boy.
Yeah, and I could see Christian wanting to win championships. If Christian wins and Luchasaurus takes out Jungle Boy again, Christian can climb those rankings while Jungle Boy's off doing whatever he's doing. When he comes back, there you go.
Definitely. Yeah, and they could even keep him off TV for a little bit to sell the injury from Luchasaurus if they want. They got a lot of avenues to go down.
Yeah, Christian can go up those rankings like he wants. Luchasaurus can help him win those matches. Maybe Christian gets himself a title shot, and that's when Jungle Boy strikes and comes back. And I'll
tell you what, man.
And then Jungle Boy could be like, "You care about your precious rankings, or we'll have it lights out." You know. I think
since Wardlow, no. I think that's very
Wardlow,
plausible.
Yeah, you could fight Wardlow. Christian could be TNT champ.
I think that's what they should do because, Wardlow's reign has really just begun not that long ago, so we haven't really. But they're not. It's weird because they're not doing anything with him, and I don't see a feud.
Man, I didn't think we was gonna get on this topic during this. It's discouraging, man.
It is discouraging. The TNT title has fallen to the depths of hell.
Fire. Wardlow was on fire.
And Wardlow, for that matter, he's kind of fallen off.
He was so over. And they did nothing. And they didn't capitalize on it with him. They gave him the championship too soon. They gave him it, and they did nothing after that. They could have had him doing the open challenge gimmick. Simple right there. But they haven't been. And now poor old Wardlow is in a 6-man tag match, which ain't the worst. He's on the card, which is better than saying like nothing at all, I guess. But man,
it sucks.
And I don't like to hate. I know I probably sound like an asshole critic here, but man, it's just terrible to see.
It sucks, and the TNT title. It was pigeon, I think we've been into this before, but yeah, Cody, it was the only title he could really win, because he was still a singles guy and he couldn't win the world title, so he had that belt a lot. Obviously, Brody Lee's run got cut short, and Darby had a good run, I think, and Miro had a good run, but after that, it just, when they went to the Sammy Scorpio stuff, it hasn't been able to, and there's just too many titles, and I think Tony Khan's starting to shy away from it, and it's like a Rampage title now, which is bad. But it makes sense because Rampage is on TNT, so.
Yeah, but the TNT title has not been defended on pay-per-view since last year's All Out.
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But anyways, we're gonna go for. All of us are gonna go for FTR.
It's like the Intercontinental Championship, the first defense since WrestleMania 37's happened tomorrow on pay-per-view.
Yeah, it does too.
Apollo and Big E last, and I'm getting that similar vibe for the TNT Championship, where it's like it hasn't been on pay-per-view for a year.
Yeah, it sucks. More justice for the mid-card. I know Tony Khan didn't want to call it the mid-card title, but come on, let's.
It's what it is. It's a secondary championship.
It's a secondary.
It's where people build up.
That's right. But yeah, so hopefully we get to see some better booking for that division very soon. All of us are going FTR and Wardlow for the dub. Next up, which this is another match of the night potential, and if you're talking to Meltzer match of the year potential,
God, he's gonna be
trios tournament final. The winners will become the first ever AEW World Trios champions. The Elite, Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson are taking on Hangman Adam Page and the Dark Orders, Alex Reynolds and John Silver. Dark Order members Preston Vance and Evil Uno were unable to participate in the tournament. We saw in a backstage segment this week on Dynamite, Andrade and his assistant Jose walked into Ten's and Uno's locker room. Andrade offered Preston Vance a spot in his family office stable, which is jumping from a sinking ship onto the Titanic. Excuse me. So Ten didn't even respond, and Uno told Andrade to back off. This led to Andrade attacking Uno and Jose using a taser to take out Preston Vance. That was out of left field, very
it was
bizarre.
so out of nowhere. I was like, what?
I heard the noise, like I go on my phone a lot during the weekly shows, but like I couldn't believe what I was seeing. He does that though. Like I guess the taser is Jose's thing, but that was just a random thing. And that maybe we are seeing Ten's final days in the Dark Order. Who knows? Well, I don't think the Andrade family office is a win.
The final days of Dark Order, man.
I don't think the stable itself will go away.
Nah, that's never going away. That's Brody's legacy. They ain't never touching that, and they shouldn't. That's gonna cause a lot more backlash than it will do good. So just leave it be.
I think it's okay being a three-man stable, though. I think Uno teaming with Silver and Reynolds in the trios division is fine. If that's what they want to do, that's okay. And that's probably what this is going to lead to in the end. Because maybe 10 will turn heel and join Andrade, but we'll see what development that brings in the next few weeks of Dynamite. Back to the rundown here. Hangman then met up with Silver and Reynolds backstage and told them that he will join their team for the tournament. Omega and the Bucks would go on to main event this week's Dynamite and beat United Empire's Will Ospreay and Aussie Open to advance to the finals. 2 days later on Rampage, which was a few hours ago, like I said, Hangman, Silver, and Reynolds defeated Orange Cassidy and the Best Friends, Chuck Taylor and Trent, to advance to the finals on the Rampage side of the bracket. The last time Hangman and Omega faced each other in the ring was at last year's Full Gear pay-per-view, where Hangman would beat Omega for the AEW World Championship. So this is going to be cool to see them back in the ring together. I'm going to go the Elite here. This Tony Khan said it himself. This was built for Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks. Yeah. So it's kind of hard to,
They're winning. Before the tournament was ever announced, we knew these three would be the first champions. Before the championships were even made, it was like, yeah, Kenny and the Bucks are going to be the first champions. It's just how it is, and there's nothing wrong with that.
No, not at all. As much as, I know the Dark Order's got a fan base. I like it on being the Elite, but on TV, I mean, they really do come off as, the comedy act losing side of if you're catching my drift. Yeah. But I don't want to call them losers or nothing, but they lose a lot. Hangman, he needs to get away from this stuff.
Oh,
and
God, please.
Hopefully this is kind of his last run with the Dark Order for now. And I'm hoping for bigger and better things for Hangman. But the first champions being Omega and the Bucks are great. I don't know who they're gonna go feud with after. Maybe House of Black potentially. I don't know, because I thought it was gonna be the Undisputed Elite, but clearly O'Reilly's not able.
Was set in stone.
Fish is gone, and O'Reilly's definitely not able to come back anytime soon. So that's off the table. So they're gonna have to figure their way out of that one.
I don't know if does Cole have any other friends. Oh, jeez.
And that's the thing. Tony Khan did say new faces, so maybe Cole could come back with a fucking another F-bomb. 2 random people, and there's, hey, these are my guys. Like, I called them in for a little favor so they could, attack Omega and the Bucks after the match.
I'm trying to think, who's he friends with? He's friends with Breeze.
Oh my God, how crazy would that be if we saw Tyler Breeze?
He's friends with Cesaro. He's already there. Woods. He's in
Imagine this: Sean Spears and Breeze.
Oh, goddamn! The
it won't happen probably,
no,
but
happen.
Just imagine.
That makes zero freaking sense because those two are nerds and Adam Cole's not.
Well, Adam Cole is a gamer though. I think he streams with Sean Spears and Breeze. Does he not?
Yeah. And
did
Breeze and Spears have a wrestling school, don't they?
That's right, the flatbacks. We saw old Chris Van Vliet go there and get chopped to pieces.
But yeah, the Elite's winning. Don't know who they're going to feud with after.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to see the follow up to that. I mean, well, United Empire has gone back to New Japan, so who knows? Who knows who that maybe the fucking trust but no third F bomb. They could Trustbusters could come in.
Oh, no. You just wanted to mention them because we know Slim Jut is down in there somewhere.
Yeah,
Slim
that's right.
Jut.
I'm gonna wear one of those visor hats.
Oh my god, I can get you one from work.
Oh god. Anyways, moving on from that, let's not will that into existence.
Slim Jut, get it trending, bro.
Although a Tim Hortons hat would be cool. Anyways,
no one.
Oh come on, man, Tim! It's the leading brand in Canada.
I guess. Yeah.
But anyways, main event time. Singles match for the AEW World Heavyweight title. It's weird because
I see that. You said that yesterday.
On the website, in the Superstars page, wrestlers. Oh Jesus, the wrestlers page. Sorry, where they show the roster. They have Jon Moxley and it says AEW World Heavyweight Championship, but I've never heard it been referred to that. So I don't know if that was just like if that's going to be a new thing, but it's not a big deal. It's just I thought it was odd. Anyways, Jon Moxley, who's the champ, defending against CM Punk. Let's get into all this. This is going to be a long story, but just to fill you guys in if you haven't watched AEW television lately, on last week's Dynamite, Punk shockingly lost to Moxley in 3 minutes in the World Title Unification match. This week on Dynamite, we saw a lot of developments. Moxley opened the show in front of the Chicago crowd, and he wasn't necessarily getting booed at the building. He got booed, but people were cheering, so that'll be cool to see what the reaction is on the pay-per-view. But anyways, he was blasting CM Punk on the mic. Moxley said, and I quote, "Chicago, I know you love your boy, but I think they're still wiping him off the mat in Cleveland." He mocked Punk for being called the modern 60-minute man and asked him where the other 57 minutes were for last week's match. Moxley said during their match, Punk started looking for a way out with his injured foot, and he folded. Mox told the crowd that he has no sympathy for CM Punk and that Punk has a fragile ego, a fragile body, a weak mind, and a weak spirit. Moxley then pulled a piece of paper from his pocket. It was an open contract for a shot at his championship at All Out. He left the paper in the ring right in the middle. He's the only part. Now, this is the most confusing part. I thought we was going to see like a 24/7 title scene where just the whole locker room, like, where the hell is Bobby Fish? He wants to wrestle. I mean, I'm surprised. Like, no, I don't know what I was expecting, but I just figured a few people would run out. But I guess that it'd be goofy. But I mean, it logically makes sense. You're telling me if he was in the back, if someone's like, "Yep," Roman Reigns is like, "I'll give anyone a match. They just got to sign their name on this piece of paper."
Yeah,
I'd run out there. I'd probably get my ass kicked, but I'd run out there.
They should have did that running out stuff, and then Ace Steel could have took it.
Yeah, it could have been like a cheeky, but anyways, yeah. So Ace Steel, who is Punk's close personal friend and trainer, the guy who trained him, he took the piece of paper and walked to the back. Later on in the show, CM Punk came out to a big hometown pop, obviously. Punk looked very distraught. He got on the mic and discussed how he shattered his foot in June. There was a fan trying to start a Colt Cabana chant during Punk's promo. Punk paused and then said, and I quote, "I got 16 screws in my foot," which, real quick, that's 16 more times than this fat guy's ever gotten screwed in his life. So he's still kind of being the snarky asshole.
He's being CM Punk.
He's being CM Punk. So it wasn't a very babyface thing to do, but I don't know. I mean, yeah, don't mention Colt Cabana around the guy, or else he'll probably he'll go on a tirade to you. But anyways, Punk got back on track. He said his foot was 100%, but then he said it's just a new 100%, and he doubted if that 100% is good enough. He then started to tear up. Got very emotional. He said that he came back to professional wrestling because he loves the fans, and it hurts because he feels like he's letting them down. He looked at his younger sister who was in the front row. He says he feels like he's letting her down as well. After Punk said maybe that love just isn't there anymore, his friend and trainer Ace Steel came out to stop Punk's self-pity. Ace told Punk their family and that he reminded Punk of the impact he's made since returning on that episode of Rampage last year. Ace got fired up. He dropped the F-bomb, which did get him into trouble, as we found out the other day. I believe Fightful reported it. Yeah, so he got fined, but he handled it with class. He wasn't upset a bit. Like everything was, he just had to pay a little fine. But yeah, so the Sound guys were obviously not prepared for that F-bomb. But anyways, he told Punk to fucking get up, and slapped him. He handed Punk the contract and yelled at Punk to sign it to fight Jon Moxley at All Out. The Chicago crowd chanted at the top of their lungs, CM Punk. They were going ape shit for this, as was I in the comfort of my own home. Punk grabbed the mic and got fired up. He said, and I quote, this is a great line, "He was born alone at Christ Hospital, blue in the face with a cord wrapped around his neck." I can relate to that because they've been trying to kill him since day one, since the day he was born, and they ain't found the man enough to do it yet. And Jon Moxley, you ain't him, end quote. Punk walked through the crowd and proceeded to cut one of the most pro-Chicago hometown promos that has probably ever aired television. He signed the contract, made the match official, and that's how we got here. That was a great, segment. Yeah. Before we talk about who we think is going to win, I'm still not a fan of how they pulled it off, how they did the whole Punk losing. I get that they wanted to do the whole sympathy, Rocky fight from the bottom and beat Drago or whatever the hell. But I think they could have done that a different way. Hell, what I would rather him just have a match with somebody and struggle, show his weaknesses, or even get beat up by Moxley or something, or just show weakness. He could have shown weakness, but I don't think he had to lose in 3 minutes.
And it's especially stupid when he comes out next week and says, "Yeah, I am 100%. I'm just a new 100%."
Yeah.
So it's kind of unrealistic that Sunday night he's probably going to put in the clinic, but 2 weeks earlier he couldn't even do anything on it. I don't know all about that. But.
It was just very contradictory. Like he said, he was hopping on the foot when he first come back at the Quake at the Lake show, and he was like, my foot's fine, all that, when he attacked the Jericho Appreciation Society. But yeah, this has been very confusing booking, and still I don't think this justifies what they did, what Tony Khan bought, but I think this will be a hell of a match. And at the end of the day, I'm going to go CM Punk is going to win the World Championship.
And I am in agreement. It will be CM Punk, 2-time champion. His first run there, I feel like he didn't get a fair shake at it.
Not at all, no.
No, I feel like Punk's got what it takes to have a good run, and if he does it the heel way, that's how it should be.
I might add
CM Punk heel champion. Yeah. Perfect.
He's gonna win by I feel like he's gonna win by something, low blood. Kind of what I liked about that Hangman match was that Hangman contemplated hitting him with the belt, but he didn't. I would love if we went back to that and Hangman's like, well, shit, in hindsight, I probably should have hit him with the belt because this guy is an asshole.
Yeah.
So I would love that callback if Punk did the same thing Hangman was plotting on doing.
And then Moxley can bleed everywhere.
Yeah, because we know he's going to bleed. So, main event, the biggest show AEW's got, that will happen. But, looking forward to this. And this is going to be a long show. We'll try to get a review up. I can't confirm if we can yet, but hopefully we can. And
we'll try our best.
That's right. And here's what's interesting. Kenny is going for Moxley over Punk.
Hey, yo.
And I don't know if I mentioned the Elite
Did he give
match.
any reasons why of his match? Just give you a list.
No. He just gave me the list. And by the way, I don't know if I mentioned it, but he's going to go for the Elite to win the Trios titles. I might have missed that part out at first, but yeah. So he's going to go Elite to win for the Trios, and he's going to go Moxley to retain the World Championship. Moxley could win, but that would be pretty jarring.
Yeah, he definitely can, but I just don't think he will.
If they would want to do, if they don't want to turn Punk heel right at that show, then they could have Punk lose. And then if they have another match, which I wouldn't do, Maybe we'll see him turn heel then. I don't know. But I'm thinking,
Oh, but can you really turn heel in Chicago?
no, that's the thing. Like,
That's
he can
what
turn heel, but
he can win dirty.
yeah.
Chicago doesn't necessarily make him a heel right off, I guess.
They could
So,
slow
yeah.
burn this. I don't think it's got to be
Oh,
this
yeah.
spectacle where it's just, holy shit, he hit it. Like, I would like to see that call back to the Hangman match, but I think if they wanted to slow burn it and do something a little bit cheeky to win, but not full on, like, hitting him with a steel chair over the head or something, you know, I think there's a way they could go. There's a lot of ways they could go better, just like a lot of the matches on this card. But that's going to, I think, wrap things up for the All Out predictions. I know this is going to be a longer video and a longer podcast for you listening out there in audio form. But there's just a stacked card, and there's so many different angles to this that we had to do the rundown the best we could. We hope you guys enjoyed, and like I said, if you listen to this on the podcast, the Clash video will be uploaded first early Saturday before the show, and then the All Out predictions video will be uploaded on early Sunday. And we're also the full length podcast will be on YouTube as well. If you want to just listen to the whole thing, there's a lot of platforms. You can find us on YouTube. You can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Podbean. And so, yeah, if you just want to listen to us on the go, if you got stuff to do, I know it's the weekend, go right ahead. We
Long
appreciate
weekend,
your
it's a
support.
holiday, brother.
That's right. Labor Day. And we really do appreciate you guys listening to us. And, we would love to hear your feedback and what you thought of the video, what you thought of the show. There's plenty more to come. We don't know when, but who knows what the future holds. But if it's up to me, there's going to be way more of these to come. And thank you guys for listening. And for now, I've been the Booker Man. To the end, I've Jutnik.
I've been Broken Zach.
And thank you, Broken Zach, for coming on
Yes, sir.
at a very late recording. You got to give props to Broken
sorry.
Zach in the
Yeah.
comments. He trucked through. Thank you, Zach, and we will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.